But as far as letting your friends just go on believing something,
Okay.
John's can't be beat. You can tie John's. You can't beat it.
Are you ready for this? Are you ready for this?
It's another edition of KFC Radio on the Barstool Sports Network. It's Clancy and Feidelberg. I'm sitting alongside one of the big stars of the weekend.
I don't know
You're the
about
most.
that.
You certainly don't sound it right now, though. What's wrong?
I
What's
ate
wrong?
Shake Shack for lunch, and like I don't know if I had a poop or puke. And I don't know.
What'd you have?
Everything.
Burgers, fries. Do you have shake? No
Burgers,
shake.
fries, chicken sandwich. Cheese,
Oh, you went with the second sandwich?
cheese fries.
Cheese fries?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I don't feel good. We're gonna get it going. Yeah. Did
It was an entertaining weekend.
It was quite a
Between the Mare of Easttown finale and the Borrellis Game 2 live stream, everyone was complaining about the weather for Memorial Day weekend, and really, I loved it because it was all indoors, and it was like, let's just catch up on TV and entertainment and watch on like the internet. I mean, your stream.
I'm checking right now. Yeah, it had about 300,000 viewers.
I was gonna say that had to be like the biggest stream we've done in a while. Because
After the first stream, we were getting texts like,
Yeah,
hey,
the first one killed it.
These are doing crazy numbers.
Yeah.
And then this one
second
beat that
one.
one by like 100,000.
But what's good is you guys it's so natural. Like it wasn't like, oh, game 2, hey guys, like let's lean into it. It was like, this is just the real deal.
I'd go
you
so
know?
far to say is that we ourselves were more low key game 2 than game 1.
I mean, I guess it depends on who you're talking about.
I think
I don't know.
there was
Frankie
less-
was losing his mind at some points.
You haven't won the cup since you've been born. 2011 we won it. You were celebrating with the Blues 2 years ago. You beat the shit. And it was a great. This guy sucks. And it was a great. If you respect this guy, I don't respect you. And it was a get the fuck out of here. Whoever's in the cup this guy parties with. What are you fucking crazy? Islanders are. I don't respect this guy. Worried. He's freaking out. I don't respect this guy. Clip it.
There was less assaults
Yeah.
in game 2.
What is going on?
Personal assaults.
Okay. The first electric chair ever was in the year 2016. And since then, and usually at first it was just the team, the Mets were playing. And then when the stars align, you obviously have both teams playing with people represented from
Which is
both sides of
unfortunate
Barstool.
that this will be the last of the playoffs, no matter
Possible.
what happens. This is the last Barstool.
Well, yeah, we've gotten so big. There was a point where, I remember in the NBA and the NHL one year, we had like 10 different people in, But in the beginning, there wasn't any touching. There's so much touching now.
Bro, I have bruises. I have like
I
nail
mean,
marks here. I have like.
What? Every time I turn around.
still have those? Yeah,
Yeah,
I
oh
like- I
yeah.
like a fucking
Grinnell was doing
grab here.
the karate chop on Frankie's back all the time. The hat thing.
The hat
thing.
was
You touch another man's
a lot.
hat. Imagine if that was Gaz. Oh my God, Gaz would be stabbing people. But then Frankie coming back with the fucking he's
big
like,
grab.
He's like pulling his hair. I mean, it's madness. Borrelli's was an absolute madhouse.
You know, the worst part about it is, and it's not like a worst part. I have a lot of fun there. But the less than ideal part about it is how tiring it gets, because it gets,
especially hockey.
it gets just definitively oppressive.
Yeah.
Like you just have people on you,
everyone
over
starts
you.
to like get closer.
And
I
it's
feel
just like,
you
and
know?
like that zaps your energy, and you're like by the like I am in significant pain. I swear to God, I am more exhausted than the players themselves. Sure, they're in better shape than I am, but like I am more tired after
You
those
know
games
what?
than the players are.
It's like you're in Cameron Indoor. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? Like
exactly.
where people are on top of you.
Yeah, we used to play like in high school hockey. We played this rink that was like the stands were designed that like the fans could basically just reach over if you were like along the boards,
Touch
would like
you?
hit you in the head.
Yeah.
And, stuff. And like just they
Yeah,
would,
you're the athlete, and these are the fans.
they would get so loud that like it would tire you out, and that's kind of what this does there.
You're playing the heel. Are you comfortable in that role?
I wouldn't say I'm comfortable in the heel.
Because I mean, you
role.
got to be a dick to Frankie Borrelli Senior.
Yeah,
You
but
gotta be-
I was gonna try. I haven't done that.
You can't
and
do
I'm
it.
not
Yeah,
gonna do that.
yeah,
I can't.
yeah.
I can't do.
I
Like,
saw afterwards some handshakes went around. I think it was at game 1 when you won. It was like a
It was actually. I will say this for the Borrellis specifically, and mostly the Islanders fans as a whole. Actually, I'll give it to all of them. It is. I think they're two great fan bases who are rowdy and understand what it's about, but can also say, "Look, we're gonna go to war for 3 hours."
Yeah.
Because like before the game, like
It feels like an MMA fight where they beat the shit out of each other and they're like, "Get respect."
Yeah, yeah. Like again, particularly with the Borrellis, junior and senior with Lil Frankie, which is what they call him. I learned.
No, Lil Frankie.
Yeah. I dropped that on the stream during game 1, and Frankie was like, "Oh, what the fuck? Oh, what the fuck is that?" I was like, "Listen here, Lil Frankie. This is how it goes."
If you're gonna name your kid a junior or second or third, you can't then hit him with the Lil.
Right? It's not Mr. Borrelli. I haven't heard Mr. Borrelli call him, but just what Borrelli's employees call him.
Like Laredo calls him Lil Frankie?
I haven't heard Laredo speak to him, but some of the waitresses, some of the bartenders, like, "Oh yeah, Lil Frankie will grab that for you."
Oh no!
So yeah, we've been hitting Lil Frankie with the Lil
Dude.
Frankies.
That I mean I think the biggest moment as a fan, like I was texting Trent and I was like, things are getting like aggressive, right? And he goes, "Yeah, it's getting a little weird." and then he was like, "Who throws a hat?" And I hadn't seen that one yet, so I thought it was already weird. And then I saw Grinnell pop the hat off. I don't know why, but that's a move that I feel like is like, 'cause even in the crowd, people went, "Whoa, not cool, dude, whoa." And I don't know why that is. What are the most subtle, disrespectful things you can do to it? Like, yes, spit in your face. Like you spit in
Right.
someone's face. I think that is the most disrespectful thing you can do to a person without like harming them is spit on them. But what is like grabbing that hat, plucking that hat?
It's all just head
whoa.
based stuff.
Yeah, I feel like
Even if
touching
like
the
you're not a
face,
hat, even if wearing a hat, like
if
just like ruffling your hair, like
when
pat on the head.
Like the noogie situation with Dave and Nate.
Yeah, yeah.
Remember that? Nate walked by and just went like, just like give him a little noogie, and then Dave like rubbed the skin off of his knuckles. I think if somebody like, good game, but a little pat on. Yeah, I would say
face
grabbing
fucking them.
someone face and face fucking them is a bit extreme. But it's funny that
even that, I didn't know it was coming. I saw that. I was like, "Whoa!"
Yeah.
Wow!
Well, that's what I mean. I think that in these moments.
Yeah, that does. I think people think I'm celebrating a goal here. I'm not.
like,
I'm going,
whoa.
whoa, whoa, whoa.
Yeah.
To Grinnell fucking Frankie's
There's, drunk mind speaks a sober heart, and there's like a streaming mind speaks a sober heart where it's like, this is the real Grinnell.
Yeah.
This is what he does. This is what he does, you fucking freak. The hat, a pat on the face, a little slap. If somebody slaps me, man, like, I know that you're supposed to just like girls are supposed to just be able to like slap you in the face. I will turn around and cold cock you. Yeah. I don't care what I'm dating you. You're mad at me. Whatever. You slap me in the face. You're catching one.
Yeah,
No touching. No
It's
fighting.
physical abuse.
Yes. None of that.
Physical abuse.
The fact that girls.
Casey tried to slap me the other day, and she missed, and I felt it was such a wind, and then I realized that she spun herself around. And I was like, if
So it
you
would've hit-
I was like,
it hurt.
if you had connected on that, I might have had to.
Was
kill
it
you.
like an angry slap?
It was like, yeah, not like angry, but like.
But like years of you've been like making fun of me,
Yeah,
aggression building up.
annoyed,
Yeah,
angry.
yeah. I mean, what is that about? That girls just think they can slap people.
It's crazy.
You ever slap somebody in the face, Jackie? Not a girl or a guy. No, we know you. We know you desperately want to fight with someone.
No, I don't think I've ever.
Have you ever slapped a boy?
I like sometimes when I'm drunk, I like
Oh boy.
I don't know. What?
You just did that like 30 times in a row.
I'm sorry. Okay, but sometimes my friends and I like we'll get into slapping fights and we'll just like.
That's
see
totally
how-
different though. Like your friends
Yeah.
are doing it to each
No,
other.
no,
like
we're doing, but like I've never like slapped. No.
it's
Again,
just
I'm not
crazy
not a
to me that
confrontational
you can be
person.
like in a lovers quarrel and it's like, and the guy just has to eat it.
You just gotta take it. I've taken slaps.
I would.
They're
love,
not fun.
I would love to uppercut. It's like, oh, okay. Oh, you can bow.
Pick on someone your own size goes both ways.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Yeah.
You're a little person, pick on little people. Because you start fucking picking on a big person, they're liable to get angry.
I would love to do like a bonk on top of the head. Like, donk. But yeah, the live stream was unbelievable. It moves now to Boston. Going to be at Hurricane O'Reilly's, which is going to equally be as much of a zoo. But I really believe that the Borrelli stream, I think it was by far our greatest live stream ever.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I'm sure there are people who want to have Dave in it, or there were more important moments than a game 2 and all that kind of shit. But the fact that it's Borrelli's, the fact that it was just an Italian restaurant in the first place, and then it's like that, it's a guy's family here that owns it, and Mr. Borrelli, and the scene, the final goal being a breakaway where you could have that 1 second of silence beforehand. Maybe that should be the top 5. Like
What?
Like sports, like little like sports things like that, like the second before that goal. I don't know how else we can like extrapolate. It could be more general than that, but so it was the second before the eruption. The fact that like it's supposed to be this family restaurant that turned into a fucking bar.
Dude, there was a guy just
scene.
taking a naked shit at one point.
The
Just-
naked shit is
Like,
not
it's
totally
fun.
uncommon. I
It's-
know friends who do the naked shit.
I don't see it a lot in public ever. I do not participate in the naked shit unless I'm about to get in the shower. Then I'm like, well, I'm just gonna take my clothes off because I'm gonna jump in the shower afterwards.
You still clean up before you get in the shower.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Some people just
But-
go right from bowl to shower. They're animals.
That's crazy too. But like I mean, this was a dude who just I left the bathroom and told Frank, I was like, I don't think the guy has clothes in there. Like he was just
Frankie-
lounging, his feet were hanging out from under it. Frankie said his
Frankie
feet
said
were
that
going like this.
he was
just like
taking a shit
he was
doing
just
the
toe
finger
tapping his
thing.
feet. Yeah.
Which, by the way, I'm like doing it right now. I can like kind of do it with my toes. Not really.
No, I can't
If you
do
can
it.
do it with all your individual toes, you're a fucking
The
weirdo.
way Frankie described it, I came out, I walked in there to see him and he just went like, it looks like alienish. It was
Yeah,
like,
yeah. That's
It-
like you have hands for feet and feet for hands, sort of. Like you just have paws all over. I'll tell you what, you still get some Nassau, Long Island trash. You know what I mean? There's
Dude.
still a chance that you get some of the animals in the building.
It is one of the things too, though. Like on the stream, like I need to just stop bringing my phone on it because I get texts while I'm on the stream about things that I haven't noticed. So like people were like, I was getting multiple texts from Barstool employees being like, "You should fight that guy," and I was like, "I don't even know who you're
Which
talking
guy?
about."
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
Like,
There was chant guy. There was chair guy. There was like the crowd had names. The fans had names for the people in the crowd from the stream.
Oh, really?
Frankie had to kick some people out.
Yeah.
Like there was.
But like but then once I realized people were like, "Oh, there's somebody you should fight." Then I started getting in my own head, like, am I not being manly enough? Like, should I
Right.
fight somebody? Like,
Well,
like, I'm obviously not
you
gonna
know
fight
what's-
someone in Borrellis on a fucking Barstool live stream. But I was like in my
Imagine
head,
you-
I was like, well, who the fuck? Like, who the
Who's
fuck
the guy?
So I'm like
Yeah.
intentionally not turning around.
Yeah.
I get in my own head because then like even what was it like because it's so chaotic and so like. I don't know, like it's all an absolute blur. Like last night, we had a couple of
3
beers,
hour
but
blur.
like Saturday night we drank. Last night, was pretty much it was a Monday night, but we had a few beers, but it was all a blur, sans alcohol.
That's
It
what's
was-
scary about the live streams is that it's like kind of what I said too about like drunk mind, sober heart. Like you might say or do something that's like, fuck, I shouldn't have done that, or like that was an asshole move, and it's like I'm not. I don't know. Just the heat of the moment got me. I grabbed his head and I started to fuck it or whatever.
See,
you know?
I'm actually the other way. I'm wondering if I'm not being violent enough.
That sounded like Mac. Like, so Dennis, should I be more violent?
Like it was like because there like when we
Yeah, simple fist pumps ain't gonna cut anymore, John. The bar has been officially fucking raised.
when we made it a 3-2 game, it was like. It's still a 3-2 game with I think like 8 minutes left in the third. So
Yeah.
like you can't. I mean, you're down a goal still with
Right.
8 minutes left in the game. Like you can't go crazy. So then I was sitting. I was like, did we not lose it enough? Because I like this guy was like, all right, baby, one more. Come on, we need one more.
But you
And
can't.
then-
You
'cause
should,
then
you
it's
should
not
just
real.
do what
Right,
you do.
right,
You
'cause,
know,
like-
some people cry, some people scream, some people. I think the only thing that gets weird is if like you win and you're just like. Okay, cool. Like, good.
Right.
That's when people are like, wait, what the fuck? Like, do you not care? But
There was-
anything else? in
we've done
between-
that before. It's one of my all-time favorite video splices at Barstool. It's
What,
the
one-
Yankees getting out of the divisional round,
And you guys just kind of
and
like
it was us winning the
handshaking.
World Series, and it was just like, babe.
Nah. You're disgusting. But yeah, man, that Grinnelli throwing the hat, Frankie retaliating, Grinnelli face fucking.
I'm interested to
Marina,
see how
I want. Here's what I want. I want Frankie by the end of this series to deliver a stone cold stunner to Marina. I mean, when he's got Grinnell and Marina in one side, like on each side. I want him to just grab her and bow, and then uppercut Grinnell and just sit there in like a pool of Bruins blood.
I said getting yelled at by Marina. It's like
Look at
getting yelled at by like Charmander, where it's just little, but you can tell it can kind of be dangerous.
Whoa,
You're like, what the hell? Like,
Pasta La Vista, bitch.
it's like, whoa!
Yeah.
Like, oh shit. Okay.
I mean, he's a Frankie is a loose cannon. I texted him legitimately, and I said, I'm serious. Don't punch Marina. Like, you can punch Grinnell, you can fucking hit Feits, but just remember, like, you don't want to punch a girl on live television. And I was like semi-serious. Like, I said, like, this is a semi-serious text. Like, yes, of course I'm joking, but also you lose your cool during these things, man. You never fucking know. Like, if he gets if there's an elimination, let's say it's an overtime, bang, sudden death, series over, and someone's in his face like that, who knows what Frankie's gonna do?
Yeah.
And I don't think a jury could convict. I think if he killed Grinnell, I think a jury would be like, well, did you see what he did to his hat? I mean, come on.
I do think that like we got to do something for Frankie for Game 3, and I mean that like to benefit him. Like it's.
I mean, he's.
I at least had
Adam.
Marina and Grinnell, and like
Yeah, I
you
know. I mean,
you
somebody
have
asked me-
Mr. Borrelli. Mr. Borrelli's the ultimate. It's like it's not fair. Like I'm happy. I love Mr. Borrelli. He's the man. I have a good time sitting next to him watching the game. I'm happy he's not going to be there because it's like there was definitely that was like making me throw off speed.
Yeah,
Like, I couldn't throw a
yeah,
fastball
right.
with Mr. because I said
And
it's
also,
Mr. Borrelli.
if you're in Boston and some guys are throwing gas and they're crossing the line, you almost then have to like defend Mr.
Yeah.
Borrelli, and you don't want to have to be like against.
And
Bruins
he was doing
fans.
that. Mr. Borrelli was doing that for me last night. Apparently, like
Yeah.
people told me he was like pulling people off me and pushing
Yeah,
people back from me.
yeah.
So like we gotta, the Borrellis are helping us out like
It's like
that.
having
we
the
gotta,
dad at the bachelor party. We talked about it, where it's like everyone's gonna, you're not gonna throw your full speed.
Right.
You know?
It was. We gotta have some kind of security. For
Rhea
Frankie.
said to me, "Why aren't you on the stream?" And I was like, Frankie's like, I'm not really an Islanders fan, and I don't want to be like a poser. And Frankie's so diehard, but I also do feel like, oh my God, you're all alone. And also, there really is a difference between like as awesome of a scene as Borrelli's was. A Boston bar in the middle of the playoffs, like you're gonna get some people rolling in who they don't got nothing to live for. They don't give a fuck. And if he's
I've been employed for a year and a half.
Yeah.
Ready to just fucking kill
I'll
someone.
stab this kid right now. So I don't know how he's gonna do it, but it's two of the best back. I mean, it was game 1, and the screen caps that I was putting out there were looked like it was you guys had been at it for. Because I remember Dave saying to YP, like over the course of 7 games. When these things go 7, you get to really like know a fan base,
Right.
So you come into a series like we don't give a fuck about the St. Louis Blues, and you walk out of it being like that was a gutter war and like they won, and you'll always forever hate like a part of the Blues, I feel that way about the Royals. It wasn't a good series, but it was only 5 games. But like I fucking hate the Royals now. So like usually over time these things grow. Game 1.
It was fast.
It was, but it was build up though. You were like, I want the Islanders.
Yeah. I mean, we knew
we were on a collision course.
We wanted each other.
Yeah, and then once it was like, the Caps, they're beating the Caps. We knew it was coming. So it's game 1, but with plenty of anticipation. And if this does go 7,
I don't think it's gonna go 7. I
No.
still think it's Bruins in 6. I said Bruins in 5 to start the series. That's obviously still in play. I think Tuukka's health.
I mean,
is
the
gonna
Bruins
become an
are
issue.
just like far better, right? Not far better, but they're just like the more talented team.
Yes,
Yeah.
they are definitely the more talented team. But the Islanders are almost like a less talented version of us.
Yeah.
That makes sense. They play a similar game. It is, despite the fact that both these games have been pretty high scoring. They both went over. But like I was prepared for like 2-1, 3-2 games. They've both been
Right.
and
And now
rather high.
And it's also like the guys who not like the Bruins themselves have been like a dynasty. They have the 1 cup, right? But
Yeah.
you
They're
guys are the
like
winners.
Their
and-
last 10 years have been like the Patriots' 10 years in between Super Bowls.
Yeah, where it's like
they're
really
there
good and they're
every
always
year.
there. Yeah. But in general, you guys have so many championships to your name, and then there's the Islanders who are like, coming out of this dreadful era, and so it's like it's a little bit David versus Goliath-ish in a way, on and off the ice. And
I mean, they don't have their captain. Their captain's done for the year.
Yeah.
Like Anders Lee's not playing.
That's
there aren't
a
many
big
teams
deal.
that can put together like a fucking.
Well, and then there's
Just
I
ask
feel
the
like
Maple
that's where
Leafs.
Trotz is. Oh my God, the Maple Leafs, man.
Like I mean, you lose their captain, you're probably going to lose. The Islanders lost
But
their
I
captain
mean,
a
in
long time
general,
ago.
the Leafs have like 20 straight years of either not making the playoffs or losing in the first round.
Yeah.
And they've been like awesome the last few
I'm
years,
actually
no?
very upset that the Canadians stole that from us because that was our thing. Like it was the Bruins would knock out the Maple Leafs every year first round. We did like 3 years in a row, or 3 times in a row.
Absolutely brutal. It's going to be a long series, a lot of late nights. Going to need some Black Rifle coffee every morning to wake you up and get you back at it. Whether you are, trying to gear up for a live stream, if you're just waking up for your 9 to 5, or if you are a frontline worker, you're a police officer, fireman, nurse, doctor, or out there on the front lines of war, Black Rifle coffee is for you. It's tasty, it's strong, and it's all brewed, and the company is run by a U.S. veteran who makes sure that all the proceeds that they can, a certain amount of the profits, are donated to everyone on the front line. So not only are you going to have a cup of coffee that gets you going in the morning that's enjoyable and part of your routine, but you can rest your head at night knowing that you're helping first responders everywhere. They've got the coffee club, where you pick your perfect roast, how much you want, and when you want it to deliver to your door, and they take care of the rest. So it's like the new age of having everything delivered. You get a monthly box, or you get things delivered right to your door. Everything from like your razors now all the way down to your coffee. So Black Rifle coffee gets sent right to your doorstep, courtesy of a U.S. veteran. And right now you can get free shipping when you use blackriflecoffee.com/KFC and code KFC. Get that coffee delivered right to your door and get that free shipping with blackriflecoffee.com/KFC. Use code KFC. The other entertaining part of the weekend was the Mare of Easttown finale. First of all, I'm woke.
With HBO?
Yeah.
I
think they break it on purpose.
But I think it's stupid. I don't think it.
I think it works.
Your
tweet was a perfect example. When you said, so HBO Max was down at the start of Mare of Easttown, and everyone's in a frenzy on Twitter, like, is it broken just for me? Is it broken for you? How can I watch it? Where can I watch it? And you said, I knew Mare of Easttown was popular. I didn't know it was Crash, the app on Memorial Day weekend popular. And I think it's like, there it is. There's their promotion. There's their, like, Mare of Easttown, I think, is now. So, I think they stuck the landing, and I think they had that moment. And I think now more people are going to be like, oh, I got to check this out. What's it about?
I thought the finale was fine. I think that I would have enjoyed it more. I think they poisoned the tree with that. I think I would have enjoyed it more if I didn't spend an hour. So I got it working at about 10:50, going open HBO Max, close HBO Max. Open
yeah,
HBO
that
Max,
definitely sucks. Well, they definitely overdid it. I watched it later. I actually wasn't able to watch it live. I was 3 cheat out of my mind. I watched later in the night, so I didn't really go through all that. But yeah, I mean, you can't overdo it. They should. I didn't know it was that bad. I thought it like got working after a little bit.
Oh,
also, it's funny if you have cable still. You were just chilling. Like, whatever, man. I'm just.
And I actually have cable. I just couldn't find the channel. I don't know what. And I don't have a normal remote.
For an hour, you kept fucking trying.
I don't have a normal remote, so I can't put in numbers. I just have to scroll. And I was like scrolling. I was like 1,000 channels, and I was like, fuck, I'm going back to HBO Max.
Yeah.
And then I was like, excuse me. And then I was like, all right, fuck, I'm just gonna put on a TV show. Fuck this. And then I scroll Twitter, and it's like, wait, it's working again. So I'm like, fuck this TV show. Back to HBO Max. And like, I did that for about an hour.
That's too much.
And so like,
I mean, the night of, to ruin the finale like that, the night of is shitty. But I think the overall vibe of like people being like, did you hear it crash the app? And like, I gotta see what the fuss is all about. Because it also happened with Thrones. I think it's happened a couple times now. Thrones might have been possible because, 10 million people probably tuned in.
Yeah, I think it's like 28.
Yeah, I'm sure.
I think the final season
monster.
they're getting like 28 million stuff.
Yeah. So, but the finale, what we were all waiting for is here. I mean, I it's what I predicted, so I'm okay with it. I think it probably would have been a little better if it just stayed with John, like it stayed as an adult. But I like having the twist. Like if it was gonna just be John, they should have done less like alluding to it. You know what I mean? I think they really pointed towards John knowing they were going to have the twist that it was Ryan in their back pocket. I think they should have just done less pointing at John and could have had him be the killer.
I thought it was good. And I think that's the end of my sentence.
Yeah.
I thought it was good.
I thought it was the best
I thought
finale of a murder thing.
I thought it was definitely missing something. I think basically everyone I talked to afterwards, like in the immediate aftermath, like I asked my girlfriend right away. I texted Marty, Casey, Cons, like, and everyone was like, pretty well done.
Well, so I think that
Which is like, I
this
guess
is
that's
where-
a nice thing. That's like, because
You know what-
usually it's either a disaster.
No, well,
Like,
yeah,
it was
I think the
pretty well
bar
done.
now is like good is the way to do it. I think it was better than good. I thought it was really good. I think that
I thought there was too much bullshit. Like too much just like stupid bullshit.
like what?
Like Jess, I think is her name.
Who's Jess?
The girl with the picture. What was all the
Girl
book
with the
burning about?
picture?
The girl with the
Oh.
And then like her explanation was beyond idiotic. Like the reason she stole all the journals and lit all the journals on fire is because Erin would want everyone to not know about John.
Yeah.
Then why did you just bring the fucking picture here?
I mean, I think she had like an attack of conscience too, though. I think like that.
They didn't make that clear. I didn't see that.
I
at
thought
all.
that would be pretty evident that it was like a girl who's like, I want to do it. Like I want to do what's right for my friend.
But it was like
also I
12
have to-
hours. It was like you burned the books.
Yeah.
Sun went down. You woke up. You went to the police station.
Yeah, but I mean, I think that's kind of how it would go. You don't think so?
No,
You
I
think-
thought
you
that
think
was.
like a,
I thought
like
that
a
was pretty
12-year-old
poorly
girl
done.
would still have like or a 13-year-old girl would have like wouldn't be. I thought
I thought Dylan's storyline was a mess. Like
Yeah.
we still don't understand why he put a gun in her mouth, and then like
Yeah, but no, they did make that clear at one point because I remember thinking that, but then I was like, oh, this makes sense where he
and
would,
like why was he participating in the burning? He didn't even know what you just throw books in
yeah,
the fire.
they
he didn't know
definitely
that?
didn't they didn't do that well enough.
And then he's
but-
a good guy who shows up with a bunch of fucking cash, and he's like trying to like make amends and stuff. Like
Didn't they say he wanted to burn the books because he wanted to keep the kid?
Yeah.
He didn't want them to find out about John.
but
So
he didn't know. Remember, didn't he show up asking Lori? Be like,
I
Did
think
you know?
that was the thing. Like he knew that he wasn't the dad, but he thought in the journals it would say who it was.
Yeah.
So he wanted to keep the kid at that point. So
I think there was like 'cause I remember at
was
one point being like,
the
oh right,
justification of
that's
that,
why he would have gone so far. But I don't recall it, so I don't think it was well done enough in that sense. But I remember being like, oh, that's why he was like, don't fucking say anything anymore because of blah blah blah. But I think that the week to week comes back to bite you because that's when I think like a lot of people had either predicted it or had enough time to stew and ruminate and come
Yeah.
up with their own prediction. If you watch that just straight through, I think you would have been like, oh fuck.
I also don't
But
understand
by
why
now-
John was going to kill Billy.
John was gonna kill Billy because Billy.
Billy had agreed to take the fall.
Yeah, but I feel like that was I think that was like kind of I don't think he believed it. I think seeing him be like, fuck. I don't think
He was like, he's like,
that
"No
was
way I
that
can
was
be
not
sure," but,
if I was I think that's when he was like I want to hear you say it. If that was you and me, I'd be like, this motherfucker's not gonna no one's gonna believe this.
Right.
So I think it was like, good try. This is not gonna last.
Like-
we gotta go up to the cabin and take care of you. Because there was no way that would have
I thought the
stuck under
acting was great.
negotiating. Yeah, I
I
mean,
thought-
Lori and Winslet are fucking
They were
absolutely
both crushed it.
unbelievable.
I also didn't really understand the what was her name? Elliot? The woman who he cheated with first. Sandra. Was it Sandra? Might be Sandra Elliott.
But I think I never believed it was Sandra for 1 second. And
No,
I don't
no,
know why
fuck
Mare
them.
was so convinced it was.
and like
It
I don't
was
know why she
once-
yelled at her at the restaurant.
Once that
She's
was
like, "Fuck off!" Like, why are you mad at this? And
well, yeah. I mean, I should probably stick it in her nose in other people's business. She shouldn't be, but I think it was kind of like you're a fucking homewrecker. But to me, it was like as soon as we knew that there was like this incest thing going on, I knew it wasn't just a regular old affair. I knew it was Erin.
Yeah.
And the fucking detective should have been able to put that together too. I thought. Like I immediately was like, Lori just said it was Sandra. That's not real. But Mare believed that. That didn't make any sense to me. 'Cause I was
no,
it's
and like
clearly-
I will admit like there is some nitpicking going on, but
I think that
just-
was the best finale of a crime, of a murder mystery. Like maybe.
I
ever.
thought it lacked
What
pop.
What are the good ones? But I think that's only because we all talked about it.
Yeah, I mean, maybe
if you just went from episode 6 to 7 and it was Ryan, I don't think you would have. I think you would be singing a much different tune.
probably.
Yeah,
But
'cause-
that's not how it happened.
right. But that's where I think that's the argument. Like we always say, like week to week is like by far the best way. I think it ruins finales because that's what happened in True Detective. That's what happened here. That's why you're like you're not into this one. Like you.
I'm not
you
into
hear-
it. Like it was fine. I just wanted it to be darker. Like I wanted it to be nefarious,
like,
and
accidental?
yeah.
Yeah.
Like I wanted
I
it
think-
to be
but
like,
I think that
someone
it-
fucked. So someone in town who's fucked up.
I think it kind of all ties in though with the like it's that show really is not about like a murder as much as it's about like a town that is just fucking like ravaged for like generation by generation. The kids are fucked up, the parents are fucked up, like
For sure. But
like
but a
Ryan
whodunit
and
is about
Kevin.
the murder.
Yeah, but I mean,
So, like,
I don't
so
know.
you can say
I don't
the
know if I
other
would
things
call that a
were great?
whodunit anymore.
Oh, it's definitely a whodunit.
Yeah,
It
but
starts with a dead body.
yeah,
Whodunit.
right? But I think that the reason why it's good, not just like a cheesy whodunit, is like it's much more about like when Mare finally goes up into the attic at the very end. I also saw somebody say
I thought that was a little over the top.
Well, I mean, I guess so. I saw somebody saying, and it might actually be, it might have been a stretch with. They were saying like addict and addict, like having like a corollary because there's like so much shit with the opioid epidemic and drugs there. But I thought it was weird. I think there's something to do with addicts in the sense of the women being held in an attic. I think is really weird. It's like always the basement.
Yeah.
And then Kevin's in the attic, and then a very quick reference that was that Aaron used to suck Dylan's dick in the attic. That's where they would go up to sneak away from their parents. And that one doesn't really have much to it. But the fact that there was like attics and all these like hiding people in the attic doesn't make any sense.
No.
You know?
No. I remember when I was like, why is she going
choice.
upstairs?
Yeah.
In the when they had the kidnapped girls,
Right.
Katie Bailey and the other one.
And I like even when the pipes were shaking, I for sure thought that was going up.
Yeah.
So I think that had to be like a conscious choice to tie into the attic with Kevin. But I think that ended up being so much more about like, you know, you see all these parents who are like, the kidnapped girl's mom who was like so fucked up. Lori's life is completely fucking ruined. Mare's life is an absolute wreck.
Why didn't John get out, by the way? I'm sure he must have got a reduced sentence. They just don't talk about it. He didn't kill anybody.
Yeah, right.
Like John should be coming home.
Yeah, he didn't.
Probably
he
has
didn't
a bit
kill
of a
Billy, he
punishment
didn't kill-
for helping get rid of a body. But I feel like
yeah, when he's like, "Will you raise this baby?" It's like, you're gonna fucking raise this baby when you get out.
Well, but at that point he was still on the hook for murder. At that point, they hadn't found out it was Ryan.
Oh, okay. Right. But yeah, so he was.
At that point, he was taking the fall for murder.
Mm-hmm.
But once they found out it was Ryan, I would imagine John does maybe. I don't even know what the sentence is for.
It's probably like an obstruction thing more than anything. And I guess incest is probably illegal, right?
Yeah, I forgot about that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'll probably get.
But man, like Lori, when she like when the nurse is like, is this your son? She's like, I guess so. And then she sees his middle name is John. And she's like, fuck that.
Thought it was Dylan Jr. Son of a bitch.
Motherfucker. I mean, that like was so bleak. And like Mare walking into the house, like lip quivering, kind of being like, I got to do this like my best friend. She just like fucking walks straight in. I mean, that was as like
I also think
gut-wrenching.
one of the things that pissed me off too in the show, Mare gets off really fucking easily for being a piece of shit. Like planting drugs on,
that was tough.
An addict in recovery. Like
that was tough.
That's like you should go to jail for that.
Yeah, that was like the chief just being like, I'll look the other way on this one is pretty fucked
I'm
up.
sure that happens a lot in the police, but like that's fucked up.
Yeah, that was
the
her.
woman trying to better her life and you're trying to send her back to fucking jail just because she wants her child.
Yeah,
fuck you, Mare.
Yeah, but I also think that was like, you know, I think what's her face comes to like the conclusion herself. But I think if that woman takes Drew, like she can't raise that kid.
Right, I agree. But I mean, you can't fucking you can't do that. Like I think it's not a fucking. It's not like a you can never come back from this action. But like for her to be like everyone like so proud of Mare, like Mare's kind of a fucking scumbag.
No, you know who like the worst of all, Zabel. He popped down for like a week, gets fucking killed, and like nobody cares. Hey, we solved the crime. We got the girl back. Oh, and by the way, remember that guy who came for 2 weeks? He's dead. Yeah, crazy. I mean, there was no like deep ties to him. There was no. I'm sure they didn't have some big memorial. It was just like, and Zabel got shot in the head. He wasn't a quick enough draw. Fuck that guy. And it also, I mean, it even turned out, you know, it was originally like we're gonna bring this guy because he's the best of the best, and we find out that wasn't. So he was like this like scrub who just gets fucking popped in the head. Thanks for showing up for 10 days, pal. You noticed the cigarettes. That's about it. Yeah. That's all you brought to the table. I don't think. I mean, what's another like crime, murder type of mystery show that you think had a better finale? It's very slim pickings.
I honestly don't even really know. Like, you'd have to give me shows. I can't think of the top of my head.
I mean, it's a shame we never got a Mindhunter one, obviously. But so like The Undoing, True Detective. Did you ever watch like The Killing or The Fall? Either of those?
The Fall went too far. That's the one with Gillian Anderson.
Yeah.
The Fall was season 1 was good.
I don't know if that ever like really.
Those
even
BBC.
did-
Oh, Broadchurch for sure. Season 1 Broadchurch. Broadchurch season 1's so fucking good. I can't really see. Yeah, I guess I just really haven't seen most of these. Flight Attendant, I wouldn't really put.
I think I
Flight
probably.
Attendant, maybe I will put like.
I didn't like Flight Attendant at all.
I
never even. I watched like 1 or 2 episodes and I never got it because it was like half comedy. It was weird. It was called like a dark comedy.
I don't. I mean, there might have been scenes with less seriousness, but I wouldn't think there were many.
It was
think
literally
there were
called a dark
No,
comedy.
I know, but
Yeah.
I don't think they're. I think that's a bad genre for them to put it in. I loved the Flight Attendant. I don't know if I'd say it was better than this, but I loved Flight Attendant.
I probably would have said Broadchurch was my favorite, but I think this is it now.
Nah, Broadchurch is way better than this.
I don't think so.
I mean, again,
Dexter had a really bad ending. Dexter had a chance to be like Dexter would have been like the best one ever.
If we're
But
doing
they totally bombed
seasons
that.
like season 4, Dexter, yes.
Yeah, individual seasons.
Right.
But as far as like endings go, I mean, that one is
Now
the-
they're trying to save that, right? They're going to redo it.
yeah, they're gonna redo that. Which I mean, I'll give it a whirl, and I think there's actually a shot for that because I do think that they probably were like, we gotta redo this whole fucking thing. Yeah, Dark I wouldn't put on. Dark's an entirely different like genre in my mind.
These
But-
are like it's hard because these are all like multi-season. Like Luther was great, but like I think Luther's on
I
season
don't remember how
5
that
now.
even ended, or did it hasn't ended yet?
No, I think they're filming now, or maybe it's out on the BBC. There's another season coming out, but like even their season 4 was like 2 episodes. So like BBC shows are just hard to count. It's different.
Yeah.
2 movies rather than a season of TV.
It's funny
Yeah, I don't
because,
really know.
like,
I guess
there's not as many of these shows that you would think. I mean, there's obviously a ton, but none of them are really that good.
it's better than
There's all
The
ones that-
Undoing, and it was. I did not have any real problems with it. It was just good. It was
Yeah.
good.
I thought it was really good. I thought that like
I definitely wanted it to be dark. I didn't want. Also, the other thing was, did they make it clear in school, and maybe I just wasn't paying attention or something, that Moira was Ryan's sister? I thought it was just like.
Yeah, that was.
I thought it was him just
like
sticking
a
up for special
family
needs
friend or whatever.
girls.
Yeah, no, but
Right, because
but-
like we definitely talked about it, and we didn't
Right.
say his sister.
Yeah, she was. That I only knew after like seeing people discuss it. I thought that was something like she was like being taken care of by them or something like that, but I never thought it was like they just had.
Yeah, I
a-
just thought it was like someone. I thought he was just like
Yeah.
he was sticking up for someone with special needs.
Yeah, yeah.
And then that
What-
makes
what-
more sense
what-
when
what-
you're like he's like I was trying to protect my family.
Yeah,
when,
yeah.
With the
he, like,
shooting
protects
thing,
his
like,
own, yeah.
it makes more
the,
sense.
The only thing I thought they didn't really the gun situation was a little weird. Some people were like he got it back like that very same night, but the old man made it sound like it was like a couple days.
100%.
But that was the only thing I thought that was really like like logistically like they didn't.
Also, does this mean that
stick
Ryan
that.
stole his pizza cutter?
Yeah, the pizza cutter was missing, and he's a thief and a murderer.
Yeah. Like, where's the pizza cutter,
God,
Ryan?
what do you do
You brought the
though,
gun
like-
back. Where's the cutter at?
God, that a 13-year-old kid, like, and he probably goes to whatever that little like juvenile thing was, but like, fuck it, Christ,
It
that
is.
that family is ravaged.
Yeah, for sure. But I
Ravaged.
just
like
wanted,
that
my
family
shit
should
to be an evil
they should
person.
all kill each other. They should all like put the fucking carbon dioxide on and just go to sleep because you're never gonna live a normal fucking life again.
salt the earth over the family tree.
Be done with the Ross family, But yeah, I thought I think if that was week to week ended up hurting that. I mean every single time people do this with the theories and the like they rewrite scripts and stuff and it's all good. It's all cool stuff. It's all like great fan fiction,
But I feel like that's exactly what happened. Like this one, they didn't write great fan or better than the show fan fiction. They just wrote the show.
Yeah, I think they nailed it, but also, and then that makes people be like, oh, like I wasn't surprised by it. It's like, well, yeah.
No, I
do you
wasn't
want
looking
do you want a
for a
surprise, or do you want it to be like they? I think that's much better than being like it was this random guy who nobody ever thought of. It's like it all makes sense and all like lines up. So I think it's like good quality writing minus the gun, where it's like how long did you have the gun or not? There's no like holes in it really, but you had a week to like sit on that and think about it and write about it, and now you're upset by that. It's like that's where the binging will give you the surprise. The week to week gives you the discussion, but with the discussion comes, well, we saw that coming. Like,
Yeah, it's not.
Nobody saw that coming by week 5. I think there was not a single person who would have predicted that right 5 episodes into a 7-episode season. So I think that's a perfect balance of being like surprised enough while also not being totally fabricated and like well written, because nobody thought about it until the last like 14 days.
Yeah, I agree. It's not something I'm upset about. It's not something I'm like that sucked. There was just something missing to me. I don't know what it was. I can't put my finger on it. It just needed a little extra pop, and maybe that's just like someone being evil, and that's what I want in those shows. I just want someone being nasty and not.
Well, you kind of got that with Mr. Potts, but he just wasn't the.
Mr. Potts
he
was the guy.
he was just like the
kids.
straight up kidnapper,
Yeah,
murderer,
and
type,
maybe that
but-
happened too early. And there were other things in the reveals where, like, as soon as they started, like, right away at the lake. And I was like, oh, so this is gonna happen fast.
And you knew
then,
there's 55 more minutes. Like,
right,
you knew
and then
there
even
had to
once
be more.
John happened, you're like, okay, there's more.
Yeah.
And then they did. I will give them credit. They did do a good job of kind of lulling you to sleep with everything getting happier, and you're like, oh, maybe maybe that is it. And
Yeah.
like this is like the finale is just about people getting right.
You know what I thought was cool was like the way that the old dude, like, she goes over his house because he's like a widower now and everything's a wreck, and it leads to that one conversation of like, how you doing? And he's like, I'm not doing well. Like,
Yeah.
I'm losing my mind. It's like, they wrote in that his wife was gonna die so that they could have a scene where his place is a mess, where Mare would go over and they would talk, and it's like all of those little things like came together where, except for Guy Pearce, they really didn't do
But
anything.
that's just not supposed to be Guy Pearce.
Yeah,
If it wasn't
yeah,
Guy Pearce,
right.
then it's fucking fine.
Right. The only thing I would say I think ended up being pointless was Siobhan's girlfriends,
Yeah.
which I think that
It's
a
just
writer
like-
would be like, we just needed like another part of the show. It's like you have to show that she also has a lesbian daughter who's going through crazy shit. Like, I don't know. That's just another part of the show. Not
Yeah,
everything
like-
has to lead to the one murder, you know?
It's also like pretty fucking normal that a 16-year-old kind of party girl would like get sick sometimes. And
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
maybe,
yeah.
Like
It doesn't have to be
You go to
a
any school in
mystery.
America and find
Yeah.
a 16-year-old who's fucking doing a little bit too much of something they shouldn't be doing.
Yeah.
Like, so like,
And I like-
it doesn't tie into a murder. It's just someone who puked on themselves.
I think having a few red herrings and a few
Yeah.
misdirections are good without ones that really piss off the fans. Like, I don't give a fuck that, I'm mad in Lost that they didn't tie up like some of the main things. I'm not mad that I don't know about Siobhan's girlfriend. So
Right.
It's just like, okay, whatever. But I do believe, I think people are gonna go watch that now. I feel like Jackie asked me, like, is it too late? And I was like, I think I think the finale being good and the hype of the HBO shit, and I think people like to know now. People have been burned too many times where it's like, if you can tell them, no, the finale was good, you'll like it ties
Yeah,
up.
I would recommend
People
the show to someone.
Yeah, I think it's gonna get a good like another round of it. Now people who will binge it all the way through. So
I'm probably somewhere in the B range with a finale rating, which is that's a good finale.
Right.
It's good.
we got Carly Aquilino on. We also got our voicemails, of course. Today it's Tuesday, Wednesday, so we get a little Wednesday top fives. It's brought to you by Canva. Canva Pro is an easy-to-use platform that has everything you need to design as if you were a pro. You don't need to be a professional designer. You don't need to hire a professional designer. Canva Pro can help boost you and your team's productivity and creativity in an easy, affordable way so that you can design anything you want. They've got premium photos, videos, audio, and graphics. All these time-saving tools that will simplify and speed up the creative process with just one Canva Pro subscription. 75 million assets to use. And so you can stay within your budget. You can stay within your experience, your time, and get all of your design needs done, whether that's graphically, digitally, tangibly, whether it's whatever it is that you need to design. There is no job too big or small for Canva Pro. And so you can start designing like a pro today when you get a free 45-day extended trial when you go to canva.me/KFC. That's canva.me/KFC. Get a 45-day. This is the kind of shit that, like, now I think I remember the only reason I started blogging was because I was able to use Tumblr, and it was just like it did it for me. If I was trying to get into like digital design and graphic design and I didn't really know where to start, but I knew that's what I wanted to do, things like this is what can like launch it, get you over that first hurdle where it's like, I don't even know where to begin. Canva Pro can help you and make it look like you are the professional that you're not really. This is the ultimate like snake it till you make it. So go to canva.me/KFC for that 45-day extended free trial and start designing today.
You know what I see a lot of now? Because I have Hulu with ads. I see basically commercials for all of our ad reads.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was watching.
Like, you think that's a thing, or just because
Roman.
they're all
I
over
see
the
a lot
place?
of Roman. I see a lot of Canva. I see a lot of what's the other one?
That's not like tailored towards you. It's just because our clients know where the fuck.
No, I think it's tailored towards you.
I was just
Okay.
watching like whatever ABC Family's called now. It was a Harry Potter weekend. And
Freeform.
Yeah, and it was most of our advertisers were on there. Yeah, it was very cool.
I actually was doing it. I was just like, I read a Twitter thread the other day by, I don't know, some dude. And he was talking about how he had just gotten a whole, he was basically explaining, he's like, the biggest conspiracy theory in the world is that your phone's listening to you. He's like, it's not. It's not listening to you. But he's explaining how he had just gotten home from his mom's house and was getting advertisements for her toothpaste. He's like, which we never talked about. I just used it and that was it. But then he started explaining how all the metadata works. And it's basically like we share it. So like our phone, like my phone will tailor ads that it notices on stuff you do on your phone. Because phones that your phone, when they notice your phone is like in the same GPS area
funny.
as someone a
Can start
lot,
sabotaging your ads, by doing some weird shit at home.
it starts like they start sharing. It's not to every phone you walk by, but it's when the two phones are in the same place a lot. They're like, okay, these people are friends.
Interesting.
Let's share things with them. And then like even if it's like for nothing other than like to get me to bring up an ad that I got, I'm like, this is a weird ad, and like but it's something you do. So then it reminds you like, oh, I probably need to get more.
That
of this
is
stuff.
funny. My recent recommended for you on the hub
Jesus.
has been very strange. And I'm trying. I cleared. No, I don't want that. I cleared my cache to stop it. And I don't know why this would be my thing. And I want to know if you. Okay, it's here. Here it is again. I want to know if you've seen this.
Okay.
Because I almost don't think this is. It can't be tailored towards me because I don't fucking. Defeated sex fight
No.
has been all over my shit. And it's the locked up ones they're like, this is a free one now, you can watch it. It's like a paid for. And it's all just like those like the lesbian fighting. Like they're in a fucking they're in like a wrestling ring and they're like, then the loser has to like make you come and they're choking each other while they eat each other out and shit.
Yeah, bro,
And
I don't like lesbian porn, let alone lesbian fist
fighting
fight porn.
for it, yeah. Defeated triple X. It's called defeated sex fight.
The only ones I've ever seen are like they're in an actual ring. These gals appear to be on a couch of sorts.
Right, I've seen them both.
I've seen them in, like, in the ring.
Where they're on like a high school wrestling mat. There's a circle and everything. Yeah, I'm like, you guys are gonna get like fungus diseases. You're gonna get a MRSA infection doing that down
Athlete's
there.
foot on your fucking clit.
Dude, so I
I was gonna say cauliflower ear.
oh, even grosser. I'm literally beating the pussy up. And I thought that I was like, is this like a promo? Because like I said, they're all like their star means they're paid, but it's
Yeah.
saying free. So I one of my, I always love when people are like, look at Barstool Sports, like look at their ads for like this gay shit. Barstool's gay now. It's like those are tailored towards your views, dude. So I was talking to Aria and I was like, why are you guys feeding me so much defeated sex porn shit? And she was like, that's your recommended, bro. I was like, fuck. But I'm trying to think of all the things I would search or watch. I'm like, I've never watched any of these
I'll
things.
tell you what, I don't search anything with lesbian in it.
No, exactly. Get the fuck out of here. So I was hoping that you were going to be like, oh, I saw a defeated sex fight on my homepage too.
Might be
but
Pride
no.
Month, but I don't do that kind of gay stuff.
Oh, man. But I cleared out everything.
Lesbian
and I'm still getting
porn,
it.
Gay!
Lesbian porn is the gayest shit in the
Gay.
world.
Watching lesbian porn is the gayest thing a guy can do.
Absolutely. When I hear that a guy still likes lesbian porn, I'm like, grow up.
Yeah, dude.
Like, when do you hit puberty, you fucking baby?
A straight man who watches lesbian porn is gayer than a guy who sucks dick.
Absolutely.
For sure.
Or he's like, I think when you're a kid. When I was young, I thought lesbian,
no. Yeah, child. I said straight man.
Yeah,
not straight child.
right. As a boy, I would have told you that lesbian with a strap on is like the hottest thing you could see in the world. Now I'm like, why do you have a rubber penis? Get out of here and give me some real cock.
Why are
okay?
you sucking that rubber penis?
Yeah, no one's gonna.
It's
That thing's not gonna come.
It's not gonna come for you.
Although sometimes they have those ones now that do shoot out cum. It's fucking wacky. But yeah, if I ever caught like a grown man friend of mine being like, "Yo, man, I saw this thing on porn the other day. Like these two lesbians read each other," I'd be like, Enough.
Yeah.
Enough with your little fucking
You still
G-rated
watch
fairy tale
Jenna and
shit.
Brianna, you fucking
What a
pussy.
fucking, you are a prude little bitch. You know what it is, and it's a shame for the ladies, whether it's lesbian or otherwise. Watching someone go down on a girl is the least entertaining thing in the world.
Boring.
You know,
Boring
watching
as
a
hell.
chick go down on a guy, you're gonna see and hear some things. It's a whole experience. A guy, anybody going down on a girl is just like you just see someone's head.
Bro, watching
And if you do it for-
watching a guy go down on a girl's like studying offensive line game film. Like, I want to see the deep ball.
You're so right. You gotta really be like the way that like Stephen Che would watch somebody block and be like, look at the way he sealed off that block. That's like watching somebody eat someone out.
Yeah.
It's like you really appreciate like
Sure,
the
I
tongue
could
motion.
learn something about the game from
I don't
here.
even think you could,
I
though.
want to see fireworks.
I think the most unrealistic thing in porn are people going down on girls, where it's like first of all their head is like turned so you can like see, and then they're just like flicking their tongue and stuff.
Yeah.
It's like if you're really getting the job done, it's like it's when Biz says he's mucking barn, mucking box, nobody's doing that like gently. The fakest shit in the world, man.
Yeah, was it this show where I said that I have to blow my nose after? I
Yeah, exactly.
That's fucking.
I can't even breathe after I've done the job well, let alone fucking perform for the camera.
That was an ad read.
Bro, I get dressed like a fucking
Yeah, you
little
know what?
Jewish kid going to the pool before I eat pussy. I got fucking nose plugs. I got ear things. I got swimmies on. Fucking goggles. Hell yeah.
Mike stands by the edge of the pool ready to jump in. 3, 2, 1. We just dive in. Wow. Yeah, Tommy smokes at the pool at the age of like 8. His Feits giving a girl's head.
I'm like that kid in fucking Little Giants, the one whose mom wraps them all up and like he's got like his arms like this. Yeah.
He got the bowl coat with the glasses.
Yeah.
Like, oh man.
I
Yeah.
got all
You gotta
kinds of
dive
fucking
all the way
forms
in.
of protection on me.
Yeah, I don't know if everybody.
Except the one that prevents STDs.
I don't know if everybody would have heard that line because it was during that Soder and Gillis episode, and it was in a long ad. I could see people skipping by, but during that episode, John said, "I gotta blow my nose after I eat pussy," and I almost passed out, man. I almost fucking it went fuzzy for a second when you said that. But defeated sex fight is making me look in the mirror pretty hard.
I don't think that one's on you. Like I think we've well established that's not your game.
I guess I don't know.
I'll tell you what. I was nervous that whatever you were gonna say, I was gonna
You're on there?
have a hard time saying no. That wasn't me.
Yeah, wait a minute. So if you're saying that we're connected, maybe you're searching some shit.
I can assure you,
I
my
mean,
search injuries
I
have
guess
search inquiries have not
The only
done that.
thing I could think of is I don't think I really search anything, but there's certainly some choking action in there, you know.
Well, that would do it.
But no more so than in
you
the past.
cross-reference some choking with some gangbang,
Next
and then
thing you
guess
know,
what?
maybe
fight.
maybe you're searching with my searching, and next thing you know, Captain Planet.
Yeah.
When our powers combined, we are defeated sex fight. That's a scary Frankenstein thought of like your preferences mixed with my preferences. Next thing you know, we'd be in jail.
It's just women beating each other up.
It's just
It's just fucking Ronda Rousey highlights.
It's just Amanda Nunes bashing on people's faces. And I'm coming. And I'm still coming.
How'd Dana White even give you the rights to this?
Yeah, you know it's
Pornhub's
bad.
taking on
When
special
you're,
contracts for us.
when you're recommended for you click a button and it says you are now leaving Pornhub, and it sends you to the MMA fucking archives. Yeah, it sounds about right. Oh my god. I mean, but also, by the way, I haven't watched it yet. I'm gonna have to watch Defeated Sex Fight because maybe Pornhub's just trying to tell me something. Like we know
maybe.
your habits. This is one that you know what there needs to be recommended for you, and then there needs to be you know what I always say. I remember saying this when I was younger about my mom. This is getting weird.
Yeah.
But I guess more so, it's just in general, maybe as a gift, when someone else buys you clothes. They will buy you something that you never would have picked out.
100%.
Like when I go shopping, I'm gonna pick out a blue fucking shirt every time. And when
You
someone
stay 10
gives
and
me
2 when you're shopping by yourself.
right, it's like you're gonna I would never buy this brown shirt, but it's really nice. Well, maybe Pornhub's trying to be like, this is your mom shopping for you. I'm telling you, you're gonna like this. This is good stuff. Get away from the blue button up for a change. and watch defeated sex fight. So I'm going to listen to Pornhub. It's the most powerful website on the planet Earth. Maybe they're right. Just want to take a time out to give a shout out to some of our best YouTube subscribers, the people who actually just push the fucking buttons, unlike the 60% of you who just don't do it just to be dicks. Like, I see you guys, you tweet me, they're like, I'm never gonna subscribe just to be dick. Like, fuck you. You're just
it takes longer to send that tweet than it does to
right,
subscribe.
and it's just you're just a dick. You're just a dick. But the people who do subscribe, we like you. James Blackwood, he's the raccoon whisperer from Nova Scotia. That guy who feeds hot dogs and frozen grapes to raccoons.
The man.
He subscribes.
Yep. If he can do it, and he's got a lot on his plate, if he can do it, you can do it.
How about Joey Camasta? He can do some things with frozen grapes too.
I can't.
I think he does some things with some grapes also. Shout out to Joey, you sexy little thing. And then also shout out to Size 5 Shots, you stupid motherfucker. This guy, I absolutely hate this guy with all of my heart. Size 5 Shots is just the biggest dick on YouTube. He comments nasty things every single video.
But he does subscribe.
But he subscribes.
He subscribes,
So honestly,
I like him.
So you hate him? Yeah, you hate him less than the 60%.
Nah, he's good in my book.
There could be perfectly nice people in the 60%, but you don't subscribe. So fuck you. And then there's Size 5 Shots who's like wishing me death, but I'm like, yo, he clicked the button.
Yeah.
So click the button like Size 5 Shots. I don't care what you say. Just click the button. Top fives? All right. So today, in honor of Kyrie Irving stomping on the logo at the
How dare he?
you step on Lucky, you step on all of us. Kyrie Irving doing one of the most disrespectful things I've ever seen in all of sports.
Not since Randy Moss showed
Yep.
everyone his fucking balloon knot have I been this offended.
This is crazy. From top to bottom. From Kyrie's such an asshole. From being the guy, you cannot be the guy who comes in and invokes his mother's Native American roots to sage the place and like rid yourself of the bad vibes, and then be the guy who like he stomps on it and wipes his foot on it. You know what I mean? Like, you can't be that guy. He's such an asshole. He's such a cocksucker. He's such a coward for doing it when he did it. Like no one else was around. But also,
yeah, I like he should have done it during the game, like
or like right
it is
after
just,
when people
see, do not get me wrong. Am I personally offended that Kyrie stepped on a logo that's been stepped on a million times?
some people are. Some
Under
people are, John.
no stretch of the imagination am I. Do I think Kyrie's a bit of a little bitch?
Of course. Do I think that Kevin Garnett and Big Baby are being fucking ridiculous with their Instagram posts, being like, you know, let's take this to the streets?
I mean,
Shut
Kevin
the fuck
Garnett.
up. Kevin Garnett will probably appear on this list today. He's the one like saying, you know, you can't do this stuff, and yet he's the most disrespectful person in like the history of sports.
I mean, he wished Tim Duncan.
Save it for the list.
All right.
We got our top 5 most disrespectful, most least sportsmanlike, biggest, you know, scandal behavior, whatever you want to do. You can go any which way with it. But yeah, Big Baby. I also listen. They won a title in Boston, right?
Yeah.
They won a title, and that's important. You win a title, flags fly forever. You know, coming from me, if any of my teams win one, I will remember that team forever. But that Boston team acts like they were like brothers at war for like forever and winning, and like it's like you stuck a title right in the middle of like LeBron's reign of terror, and otherwise he like shit pumped you for a decade.
Yeah. I mean, you're pretty right.
And like Big Baby is like, I think of like LSU.
I don't even know if Big Baby was on the team that won.
I don't think he was. And I think when I think of Big Baby as a pro, I'm like, all right, I guess I picture him in a Celtics uniform. I think of Big Baby as being in LSU in college. Like he's not like a lifelong Celtic. By no means should Big Baby be like speaking for Celtics Nation.
When I think of Big Baby, I think of Kevin Garnett making him cry.
Right. Yeah, you were crying on the fucking bench, dude. So shut the fuck up. And then the ultimate drama is the police charging that dude with assault and battery with a deadly weapon.
Yeah, I mean that's.
I know they're trying to make an example.
I think it's to be fair. I do think it's a dangerous weapon, not
dangerous
deadly.
weapon.
But still, it is.
They got to do something because like Russ got the popcorn, Trey got spit on. I think John Morant got touched or pushed or grabbed. Like fans are
IQ. Is that your guy?
Yeah.
Quinley.
What happened? I don't think I saw it.
At game 2. So at MSG, someone threw a beer at him.
Oh my god, I didn't even see that one. I mean, Malice of the Palace is coming, brother. I mean, these guys are ready to fucking snap. So I guess something's got to be done.
I don't even know why they did it. Like,
I'm playing for them. I thought the first shot I saw, I thought that dude nailed him with that bottle. It kind of like passes through him, but there's one angle where it looks like he's filming and throwing, and I was about to be like, bro, we almost got to let him have it because it,
the weird thing is
amazingly
people
executed.
trying to use the stomp to justify the throw. That dude didn't fucking see the stomp before he threw.
No,
that.
and also
no one saw that stomp
also,
until that video came out later.
Those are not apples to apples. Like you can't do that. You can't throw things at people. You can't it's a disrespectful, shit talking thing. Not like you don't get to like fight people over that unless you're Big Baby. Apparently, take it to the streets. So we got. I think you can go with little symbols of. I think of it as like most memorable things. So it can be really bad. It can be subtle. It can be whatever. But most worst basically sports behavior.
Okay. Marchand just dummying Daniel Sedin.
Which one was that? Because he's got some.
When he just keeps punching him in the face, and
Yeah.
Daniel Sedin just keeps taking it.
He is.
It is just like a repeated. I mean, it's someone just repeatedly punching another man in the face,
Yeah.
and that man just trying to hide his head.
Yeah.
like he never gets hands up for a
Right,
second.
right.
It is one of the funniest gifts you'll ever see.
And the Sedin brothers, sisters are like such pussies, right? Or like
Yeah.
everyone portrays them as that at least.
Yeah, I remember when they got they had Tyler Sagan and Jamie Benn in trouble because they were like, yeah, who knows what those weirdos do behind closed doors, and everyone was like, well, that's pretty homophobic, and it was like, no,
You're the one who said that.
It's anti-incest.
Yeah, we're talking about brothers,
they're-
not.
They were just two gay guys fucking each other. I think it'd be okay, but
They're brothers,
You can't
you
fuck each
weirdo.
other when you're identical twins.
They definitely are, though, by the way. Those guys for sure. Suck each
I'm
other's
pretty
dicks.
sure they're identical twins. They're definitely. I don't know. They were both drafted the same year. You're definitely identical twins.
I'm gonna go with I think the other logo stomping. I think T.O.'s star stomp is the most memorable stomp of all time, and I give him credit for doing it multiple times. Went back, did it when I think it was Emmitt Smith who went and fucking nailed him because of it. So
Was that Emmett? I
Was
thought
it
that was a
Emmett?
defensive player.
I thought Emmett was in. Oh, because no, then Emmett did it back. I think he scored and went and put the football either on their star or back when it was in TO when he was in San Francisco, wherever it was. There was all sorts of good retaliation, and it was if as soon as Kyrie stepped on that logo, the immediate conversation. If you talk about logo stomping, it's TO and that pose. I mean, that
For
was
sure.
the essence of TO. So.
Okay, number 2, Tim Thomas hitting Henrik Sedin in front of the net.
Just a Sedin clinic here.
Yeah, a move that really is not used by goaltenders very often to step out of the crease and just check a player.
I mean, that's when you have been totally emasculated.
Yeah.
Completely and utterly emasculated on that one. Okay, I'm gonna go with my favorite display of poor sportsmanship in the history of all sports is the dude who hopped on the subway in the marathon. The dude who skipped the final mile in the was it the Boston Marathon?
Not the ball. It wasn't a guy though.
It was a girl?
Yeah, Ruby,
Whoever did the
it was like Ruby
Ruiz, right?
Yeah,
Rudy
yeah.
Ruiz or
yeah. I think Ruby Ruiz is I think her name.
amazing.
It was definitely a woman. I know.
She hopped
that.
on the tee, right?
Yeah.
I mean, incredible. The fact that they wrote it into a Seinfeld episode, basically. I mean,
Didn't Johnny Manziel's wife do that?
she cheated on the marathon too.
She cheated on a
love
half
it.
marathon, maybe or something like that, and
I'm cheating on a 5K.
and then when people were like, "Well, that's a world record you just set," she's like, "Yeah, I'm really fast."
Love it. If you can get away with it, if you can find a way to get out of a car and just blend back in and disqualified from the Diva half marathon. How fast did she run it? Does it say? She probably ran it in 4 minutes. 2 hours.
Under 2 hours each.
That's not that fast for a
For
half marathon.
this is not for runners. So the Diva marathon's got to be
Yeah.
for Instagram girls.
I
or
thought
some
it was
shit like that.
I thought it was a legit world record she was setting.
After running the first 6.4 mile, she ran the final 6.8 miles in 26 minutes.
A 4 minute-
a 4 minute mile. Yeah, that would be a world
Yeah.
record. So she ran a 4 minute mile pace for the final 7 miles of a fucking half marathon. Absolutely amazing. Just tried to say it's because she's super fast.
Yeah, I'm quick.
I love it. Marathon cheating is special cheating because you know how fucking annoying those people are. They take it so seriously.
Okay, that was your second?
Yeah.
So my third, Milan Lucic waving his finger in front of Alex Burrow. Because Burrow had bit Patrice Bergeron earlier.
Yes.
Bit him, like,
I would put the biting up there.
through the glove.
That whole saga.
It was...
Biting, finger wagging.
And like,
it was like in the
Luch
nose,
took
right?
his finger out of the glove.
Ah,
Like, fucking bite it.
Your
Fucking
dirty
bite it.
finger. And Luch is not to be fucked with, too.
That
right?
was
He's
bad,
like,
man.
Yeah,
he's a bad man.
I will go with I'll go with Tanya Harding. Absolutely bashing Nancy Kerrigan's.
Pretty disrespectful.
I
Yeah.
mean, that is, God, I wish that happened. Man, everyone says, which thing do you wish Twitter was around for? If that happened in the modern era, because like figure skating is one of those funny things that figure skating, swimming, gymnastics, the Olympic sports that we all get into,
Yeah.
especially when there's good Americans and we get like these two girls.
Speaking of the Olympics, real quick. Sorry to interrupt.
Yeah, we're doing that shit, huh?
It is
We're doing it.
the biggest load of fucking bullshit that we're calling these the 2020 Olympics.
Yeah, I mean, it's just fucking.
It's just they're just not.
Yeah.
They're just
have the record books
by
reflect.
no metric
No.
are they the 2020
No, it's
Olympics.
so stupid.
As it is already June of 2021.
They should be like.
it's infuriating.
It'll be okay if you just write 2021 and then the next ones are 3 years from now.
Right.
It's like- right?
It-
I mean, they're going to go back to that, right? They're
yeah.
not like,
No, the next one's in 3 years.
It's like, just call it 2020
Is it just
plus
because they
one?
want to like keep this logo?
Probably. Yes, probably. That's such a good logo. I swear to
that's
God,
not the
that's why
real
they're doing.
logo.
Oh.
See, look at the headline. Is this
Yeah.
better than the official design? That
'Cause
that
should've
logo
been it.
is sick.
And I would have respected them
And that
being
logo
like,
went viral, but that's not the one. That's not the logo.
I would have respected them being like, it's too good, man. It's too good. It's like if you get a good title and it doesn't work, it's like, no, come on, we got to go with that. The wordplay is too good. Yeah, I mean, the Olympics is the most corrupt and also stupidest fucking organization in the world.
It's
them and FIFA just
I was
can't
gonna say,
fucking
yeah.
stop.
That FIFA for sure.
But man, if we were like if we had barstool coverage of Kerrigan and Tanya Harding. I was like, oh my God, Nancy Kerrigan's out. And then why? Oh, because she got her knee clubbed. Oh, wait, why? It was her competitor who sent Jeff Gillooly, a fucking henchman, after her. Nancy Kerrigan screaming, why? The t-shirts we would have made.
Dude.
The memes, the why memes would have been incredible.
That is one of my favorite Bargatze jokes on his new special.
What does he
With
say?
With his little friend, who's trying, like, he just likes to convince him that he doesn't know things.
Right.
And his friend was like, "You gotta hear about the." He's like, "Dude, no one knows about that. You don't know, like, literally no one
Nobody
on the
knows.
planet knows who Nancy Kerrigan and Tanya Harding are." And he's like, "Yeah, they do. Yeah." And Nate was like, "Dude, if it was that big, they would have made a documentary about it." He's like, "They made it because they made a documentary about it." He goes, "Well, then they would have made a movie." He goes, "They made a movie too." And then he's like, I forget the guy's name, but he's like, and right now, as I'm on stage. He's learning that, of course, I know who Ted is.
Yeah, at this moment.
Yeah.
And there's nobody better in the world than Nate to play that with that straight deadpan. Like, what are you talking about, man?
Like, dude, like no one knows what you're talking about. No one's heard of Nancy Kerrigan and Tanya Harding for just weeks. Just let the guy think that.
That's like, have you ever told this story about your dead friend on the pod?
Which one?
About
I don't know.
she's out of your league.
She's out of your league.
Tell the tale in case you haven't heard it. Maybe we've told it before. But as far as letting your friends just go on believing something,
Okay,
John's can't be beat. You can tie John's. You can't beat it.
All right, so this was summer. I don't fucking know. Summer a long time ago, and my buddy he was dating this girl, and he told her that he was gonna wake her up at 6. Because like she was going out the day before or something like that. I forget. They had some kind of thing where he was gonna call her at 6 p.m.
Okay.
And he got so fucking drunk the night before, and he fucked up his alarm. And he just kind of set like a reminder.
Yeah.
But he just set his alarm for 6 a.m.
Right.
So 6 a.m. we hear him just like turning over the house looking for his phone. So we all wake up, and he's like, "What are you doing? What are you doing?" He's like, "I gotta call Kristen. Like, why do you have to call Kristen right now? He's like, she's got to be at work, but I told her I talked to her beforehand. We were like, bro, it's 6 o'clock in the morning.
Right.
It's like, she's not going to work right now. It's like, she's working tonight at the bar.
Right.
But like, you don't have to talk to her tonight right now. And he's like still like fucked up. He's like, oh, fuck. Like, but he caused such a commotion that we were all like, well, we're up now.
Yeah.
Like, it's 6 a.m. So we drove to a Red Box and we rented She's Out of Your League.
Great film.
Great film. And we came home, and this is like back in the day. This was whatever summer this was the summer of Redbox. A lot of Redboxes this summer.
Yeah.
And so we go get She's Out of Your League, and we start watching it, and we're all loving it. Really having a hell of a time. It's a great movie.
Great film.
And he ends up passing out because he was so drunk. But he made it through most of the movie. And then later that day when he wakes up, he's like, yo, by the way, like, how did that movie end? That was fucking good. And we're like, dude, you're never gonna believe this.
You'll never guess this.
And he's like, what? I'm like, they fucking both die in a plane crash.
And you've seen it. It's like the classic corny rom-com ending. She is in his league. They fall in love together. Like, they both die in a plane crash.
And he's like, get the fuck out of here. He thinks like it immediately becomes like the greatest movie of all time. To him.
Right.
It's like, you gotta be both fucking.
What a twist ending.
We're like,
Nobody saw it
bro,
coming.
like with the fucking fighter pilot and him, they're in a fucking plane. Everyone just fucking dies. It was crazy. It's like, holy shit, my mind is blown. And like we talk about it regularly for the next month or so. And then he died. And so we never found out how that movie actually ended.
No.
Died in his sleep and never got to know the answer.
So he
But
went
then-
out
but
thinking
didn't-
that fucking his final dream was probably about like, I can't believe it did that. Like it's just fucking what's the name? Alice Eve and Jay
Parashel.
fucking
Just-
collided in a plane crash. He's like just tossing entirely bed like I can't believe it. That's unbelievable. There's no way that's how I died. And then he died.
And then didn't you guys have a moment where you all were like, and wait a minute. The best part is he never fucking knew.
Yeah,
like you had a moment
we were,
like
at his
grieving
funeral,
afterwards.
Like, yo, did you ever tell him about how that movie actually ended? I was like, no, I didn't. Did
like
you?
out of all, you think like, God, if I could just have one more day to tell him I love him, or tell him how good of a friend he was, or tell him that Jay Baruchel and Alice Eve don't die in a fiery crash at the end of She's Out of Your League.
Yeah, he actually ended up really happily ever after. So it's a very nice ending.
It's incredible. Jackie's crying. She's legit crying. We've talked about this dead kid enough. Usually I would cry, but oh man.
Yeah, that was fucking funny.
I hope that he got to the Branson bound part at one point too. Like saw them on the plane and was like, "Oh, here it comes."
Oh, he knew they
were on a plane.
He knew it was, I mean the whole movie's based around fucking planes.
Yeah.
Fighter pilots and TSA agents.
Right.
It was not that far fetched. It'd be a hell of a twist, but
It could happen.
yeah. My turn for 5 here?
Yep.
Okay, so no, my turn for 4.
Yes, you're 4.
Andrew Ferentz flicking off the Montreal crowd and then trying to say it was a equipment malfunction. I mean, it was the most obvious fuck you in like he scored
he
a
said,
goal,
like, his
turns to the
glove was-
crowd and just says like it's like sticking one hand, fucking middle finger in the other, and he's just like, yeah, my glove got stuck and like I don't know, that's
In
how
the
it
perfect
happened.
middle finger.
Yeah.
But I love those excuses where it's like, well, you can just stick to that, and we can't really, it's like, no, it didn't, but we're just gonna ride that one out. I'm gonna go with what you alluded to earlier. I think the worst shit talking of all time is Kevin Garnett making fun of Tim Duncan's dead mom on Mother's Day. I think that is the gold standard. I almost think it's bad shit talk. Like it's just like it's not even, it's mean.
Yeah.
It's not clever. It's not like, it's just.
Well, no, he just like went to him and just like whispered like Happy Mother's Day, right?
What?
I think he just whispered.
Yeah,
Happy Mother's Day.
well, and I guess that part is kind of clever. It's
Yeah,
kinda like,
it's like,
it's badass, but
hey,
it's
bro,
like
Happy Mother's Day.
it's
Like,
just
his mom died
so
like that year of
fucking
cancer, right?
dark, yeah. But it really is like it sticks out the same way I think of like logo stomping. I think of T.O. If I think of just words, just like mean shit talking. KG's up there with the Honey Nut Cheerios. He's got a whole bunch of other the assault rifle, M24, M16, all that shit. He's got a lot of classic quotes. But Mother's Day for the dead guy, the guy's dead mom is just the meanest.
It was Tim Duncan, right?
Yeah, just the meanest, darkest of all time.
Okay, my number 5 is Vancouver burning itself to the ground. That's it.
After they lost,
you can't
too, it's
pick
like-
up here. I went with a 2011 Cup Run theme.
It's all happened within about 3 weeks.
I am sticking with that. I am speaking another Cup Run into existence. I said before this, I don't know if we were recording or not, that top 5 is basically just I do jokes that only I find funny.
Like your Twitter account.
And everyone just says, Jesus, let's get your ass kicked in this one. And I'm like, yeah, I know. I wasn't really trying to win. I was just having fun.
It's honestly, people are catching on Twitter now. They're like, how come I get more interaction than Feidelberg and I have 300 Twitter followers? Because he's just doing it for himself. He's just having a
I am
grand
the
old time.
kid in right field picking daisies. You guys playing a game?
You are.
Oh, I'm just hanging out.
You are digitally picking daisies. That's internet daisies. All right, let me run through the remaining on my list here. I have Michael Jordan punching Steve Kerr in the face. That's a classic in practice. I've got Robbie Alomar spitting in John Hirschbeck's face. That was great. I think that also spawned the AIDS thing when everyone said that Robbie Alomar had AIDS. That was crazy.
Izzy Alcantara kicking the catcher.
Yes.
That one's up
so
there.
I think my 5. So I had Roger Clemens throwing the bat at Piazza, but whatever. Pedro throwing down Don Zimmer, kind of whatever. Yeah. Izzy Alcantara. That leads me to Delman Young throwing his bat at the umpire.
Yeah.
That to me, it's got to be the worst sportsmanship. You can do snowballs at Santa. You can do batteries at JD Drew. Throwing a bat, like whipping a bat, like helicopter style at an umpire is, and I think that's been like wiped from the internet. I don't think you can like get that footage anymore. Probably because it's like the most goddamn violent thing that's ever happened on a baseball diamond. But Delman Young, baseball bat throwing at the umpire, Jiminy Cricket, you are a piece of fucking garbage.
Who was this is actually one of my favorite.
Yeah. I thought that this was like hard to find. No, but nope, it's right there on YouTube. Perfect. Delman Young is just a bad motherfucker. In a bad way. Like you're just an asshole. This is Dimitri Young's brother. What? Meat hook here? Watch, you just see it come flying back out. Oh man, yeah, exactly. Nick like totally like I love how it's almost like you just see it come back on the back into the camera shot. Just an absolute garbage bag move.
You know what my favorite this one reminded me of? When
Can you do Izzy Alcantara kicking the catcher too? That's a good one because he does like a super kick, back kick.
The Lenny Randall, Bob Johnson.
I don't know either.
So Bob Johnson threw behind Lenny Randall.
Right.
And
Lay down the bunt. That was just on Twitter this weekend. Did you see that?
Yeah. That's what made me think of it again.
Right.
It's the all-time, like it's the greatest play in.
Wow! Izzy Alcantara with the super kick, full-blown, premeditated.
Yeah.
We are fighting no matter what happens here.
I think it was a strike.
Yeah, well, I know. It wasn't even like an inside pitch. I love that he was like, all right, I got to take out the catcher first. Like barely inside, pow! And then you can't catch me. And look at him. He squares off. He throws one punch, and then look, it's like, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He's like surrounded by like sharks here. But yeah, the clip he started about was like the 70s or 80s.
Yeah.
Throws behind him, and then he lays a drag bunt. He's a lefty.
This one up. It's Bob Johnson and Lenny Randall. It is the most accurate, like. Well, not accurate, but
it's the best executed like play.
Execution. That's what I was looking for.
So he charges the mound without having to charge the mound because he lays down this drag bunt perfectly down the first baseline, then leans in and then bow, just unloads on him. Helmet flying, gloves flying, hat flying, and it's like, yeah, man, I didn't like. Technically, that was just like in the field of play.
You're
like I don't even know
brother.
if that guy he maybe got called out, but I don't think you can get like suspended or fined or I mean this is back in the day when they didn't do that kind of shit anyway. But technically all you did was try to tag me and I was just running down the baseline. But also when people do things like that, it's like maybe he was just laser focused because of the vengeance on his mind. But it's like if you can do that kind of shit and put the ball wherever you want, why don't you bat like 500? Yeah, exactly. So let us know your top 5 most disrespectful, unsportsmanlike, violent, shit-talking, whatever in sports history. And right now, we'll get into our voicemails before we talk to Carly. Voicemails today are brought to you by Miller Lite. Sit back, enjoy a Miller Lite while we talk to you guys. KFC Radio is the longest running, and really it might be up there for like all podcasts at this point. The longest running like user-generated direct like line to our listeners. I mean, it's been like 10 years of voicemails. We probably got like tens of thousands of calls at this point. So one of the longest running podcast segments here, talking directly to the users where you want to crack open a beer and enjoy it with your buddies, with all your friends.
It's so good that there's sometimes when we're doing live streams and things like that, and you got to remember like, oh, we have these advertisers for this, we have this for this. I don't have to remember anything. I'm just like, oh, let's get a Miller Lite, please. Yep. I'm like, that's just what I want. I want a Miller Lite because my eyes have been opened by the Lord.
I've seen
and
the light.
I've
been touched by the Spirit, John.
A nice fucking beer like Miller Lite.
Dana Beers has switched over. We've switched over. We're getting the whole East Coast to switch over.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, like, They blew it. The other companies, like they had like a stronghold on the East Coast, and they never even thought twice about it. And then in comes Miller Lite, and they plant the seed, and guys like us start drinking it. And next thing you know, it's over. They own the whole fucking country from sea to shining goddamn sea. It's brewed in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, so you know it's the real deal. It's only 96 calories and 3.2 carbs per 12 ounces, so you know that it's not going to get you fat and bloated. You can get it delivered right to your door when you go to MillerLite.com/KFC to find the delivery options near you. And it's great taste, less filling. You know, in a world of like, there's seltzers and there's craft beers and there's IPAs and there's this flavor and that flavor. Good old-fashioned American
fucking
beer. Just give me a fucking beer. I'm at the point where I say, like, just give me a beer. That means a Miller Lite.
That's
You know,
100%.
it's just synonymous with beer. So go get the Miller Lite delivered right to your door, and always celebrate responsibly. From the Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin, 96 calories, 3.2 carbs per 12 ounces. Voicemails, let's go.
Hey, fellas, I've got a real conundrum on my hands. So, I'm 27. I've got 8 weddings to go to this fall and summer between my friends and my girlfriend's friends, because I've got all of last year's and this year's, so I'm really just dreading that. And there's one double booking where it's my girlfriend's best friend. She's the maid of honor, and for the last year has been telling me like she really wants me to be at this wedding. Well, I just got notice that a really good friend of mine is getting married on that same day, 4 hours apart from each other town-wise. Like, there's no way to do both. She's going to be the maid of honor, and I'm never going to see her. She's going to be sitting at a different table. I don't know anybody at this wedding, versus one of my really good friends who's going to be throwing a better wedding at a better venue with better food and people that I know, and I really want to go to that one. And my girlfriend will probably rip my head off if I don't go to hers. So, should I bail on my buddy for my girlfriend,
I'm gonna give you
or
a dramatic
I
answer
don't know?
here.
Tell me what's up.
I'm going to give you a dramatic answer here. Right now, right this moment, this guy needs to break up with this girl.
Why?
Break up with this girl.
Why?
Because if you're in a relationship where you are so worried to even like bring this up to her, in a situation that I think is so open and shut, you should be able to go to that other person's wedding. You're in a bad relationship and you need to dump her right now.
I agree with you. You have
There is
he's
no reason you should go to the other wedding. None.
none whatsoever.
I mean, you should
Again,
go to your friends. I mean, the fact that she's the maid of honor, he's so right. You certainly don't see anybody if they're in like the bridal party. The maid of honor, no fucking
You don't
shot.
see people in the bridal party?
I mean, you might.
I
but, like, you
I
definitely
don't go to enough
see.
weddings. Again, every wedding I go to, I'm in the groom's party.
Bro,
but I feel like I mingle enough.
You gotta go do pictures for like a couple hours. Then
Yeah.
like a maid of honor's gotta like be on duty. She's gotta maybe sometimes they sit at different tables. Sometimes they gotta do they always have to do a speech. Like you will see them much less than you would. I would say you would be more. This should be more of a debate if she was just going to a wedding.
For sure.
And it was just like, do we go to my friend's wedding or her friend's wedding? Because then your girlfriend's gonna be like, I want to go to my girlfriend's, and if you're not there, like, who do I dance with and who I do? And it's like you're gonna be paired up with another groomsman. You're gonna be taking pictures. You're gonna be doing all these things with these people that are built in. I don't want to miss my best friend's wedding, and then on top you don't have to tell her, but like, and that wedding's gonna be better. But the mere fact that you are even afraid to bring up this completely logical situation says everything. Break up with this girl right now. Break up with this girl right now. I mean, why would you? Why would? Why
I don't
would
even know
you
why
go?
we take relationship questions. What are you calling about? You know what the answer is.
He does. He knows
Die
the
alone.
answer. Yes.
KFC Radio, the answer is die alone.
Would you? I mean, why would you? KFC Radio die alone. We might have to put that on the show. Just die alone.
Hey guys, I got a quick question about going on. Dumper, die alone.
Thanks for voicemail.
Why would you?
But
go
like
to this,
no, like
you
you're
know?
right. You're 100% right. There's nothing like.
And the fact that he's like, my girlfriend's gonna rip my head, and you know what? He's right too. She is. She's probably gonna slap him in the face. And it's just like, why?
It
I mean,
is.
imagine if the tables were turned. You would never, ever do this to a girl.
I would be like, fuck yeah. go
Primarily
ahead.
because you guys like when their girlfriends leave them alone. It's like, yes, now I get to party with my
I would
guys.
definitely be like, yeah, hell yeah, that'd be sick. Like,
Yeah.
I'll just get fucked up.
yeah, it's like.
I'll just get drunk. That's what I'm gonna do. What am I gonna do? I'm gonna get drunk.
Why would you have to go to a different wedding on the same day.
You go take pictures and fucking be cutesy stuff and do a little fake dance going in. I'll be
Yeah.
shirtless with a tie tied around my head.
Right, I'll be the fucking star of this other wedding. Because what? You need me to hold your fucking purse while you take pictures?
Yeah. Throw it in the grass like an adult.
Come on, don't even have a bed. Would you get mad at your boyfriend for this? Would you expect your boyfriend to come
No.
to the wedding where you are?
I think it depends like how close
What,
the friend
at
is.
what point do you think you will know that you have to talk into the podcast? Into the microphone?
Sorry,
At what point do you think you'll learn to do it? Do you think it'll take 6 months? Do you think it'll take it a
Do
year?
you
Like, it's
understand-
crazy.
Do you understand that like this feels like this is close?
It's not at all.
enough for me.
Nope.
How is this any
Do
different?
you see how we talk? Did we talk?
well,
this?
John just is like eating. Like
Yeah,
biting it.
I
He
get
puts
up
his
in
chin on
this.
it.
Do we
Sometimes
talk
I'll
like
go like this, but I'm usually right up in the bitch.
I just don't understand what I'm doing wrong, but it's fine. And this is
Now
like,
we're
is
good.
this good enough?
Yeah,
for
now
you?
we're good. Yeah.
Okay.
But do you see the difference in that and how you were talking
Well,
a minute ago?
this
When
is
you were
like-
you were like lounging.
Do you see like
I
how
don't know.
hunched over I am?
I'll get like a lounge
It's
something.
also
Even here, I
awkward
twist.
to,
my-
like-
Move it in.
Because if I'm sitting here
Mm-hmm.
and then I have to go,
Oh,
Hunch
bless
over-
your heart. You have to move your chair over to talk on the podcast.
I get
Alright,
that too.
okay.
Like I gotta move to do stuff. I don't know.
Would you be mad at your boyfriend for this?
no, unless
Would you
like,
expect him to go?
I don't think. I mean, I've never been to a wedding, so or like I've never obviously been a part of the wedding, so I don't know like what the bridesmaids does. But if it was his friend, no.
Or okay, what about if you're dating a guy and you have a wedding? Nobody's in the weddings. It's just like we both have a wedding on the same day. Would you expect him to go with you?
No.
Yeah, I just
don't
don't
think
get
so.
that. I just
I
don't
don't- but I
understand
don't
like
know.
the
I've never been a
hubris of like
bridesmaid.
you must
it's
go
my
with
friend's
my
wedding.
life. Yeah.
All right. Well, it's
I
mine
never-
too.
Yeah.
Why don't we just
Unless
not
it-
go together?
Like I remember my Fordham reunion was at the same time as her Holy Cross reunion. And I just didn't I see all my friends from Fordham all the time. I didn't really want to do the reunion. I was like, all right, this will be funner. Like this is something I've never done before. So I did it, but like if it was like no, you just go your set. Yeah. People have conflicting things. And you know, like,
all the time. And
sometimes it happens on the same day and you got to split up for a fucking night. It's insanity. Break up with that girl. Next up.
What up, KFC, Feits, Jackie, and Nick? Just had a question for you guys. So I was thinking the other day about how my friend asked me, like, if you could be anything in the world, what would you be as a job? And I was like, I really, honestly, I want to be a rapper. and I was kind of too embarrassed to even say it, so I just lied and said a baseball player. But I wanted to know if you guys have any insecure job goals. I don't know. Give me your best. Not goal. What the fuck? I guess dreams.
Yeah.
Thanks, guys.
You know, I thought he was gonna be like, you got any insecurities. Like, we're already like an hour and a half in, but I don't know how much longer we can go here. Insecure job dreams. I mean, you know, I have aspirations of this podcast becoming, you know, the biggest, best, most popular one ever. That's probably just not gonna happen. And so I'm like, you know.
I'm embarrassed of literally all of my dreams.
Yeah, because they're just not gonna come true. You
Like,
know?
like,
That's
like I don't even talk about them.
I almost think
because
if you're not insecure about your dreams, you're not dreaming hard enough. It's like if your dream is something that's just like super attainable, so you're not embarrassed by it, then
Yeah,
that's not even a fucking dream.
I would never, like, if you said like what's your dream blank, I would tell you a lie, because I would, just like this guy, I wouldn't want you to know like what I really want to do, because like
Yeah, 'cause
I'm
then when
probably
I
not
can't
going to
achieve it.
I'm not going to
have
get there.
Yeah, I remember saying like when I first learned all about the West Coast like network of podcasts, and I loved how they all like help each other out. And then Rogan is like the linchpin where it's like you get on Rogan and he promotes you, and then you've been put on, and then you're in the circle, you know. And I was like, I would love to be like the East Coast Rogan, where we find these comics and help put them on. But I was like, we're not gonna be fucking Joe Rogan. We're never gonna, you know, you come on our podcast, like, no big deal. I would never like proclaim that or like really say that, because it's never gonna fucking happen. But if I was like, my goal for this podcast is to like, you know, get some downloads and like put out some merch and like put out like a game, like, I don't know, it's not a fucking dream then.
Or you've already done it.
Yeah, I
You've already
can't.
done it. It was a fine dream. Well, it's not one I'd go right home about. I wouldn't wake up and like, you guys never guess the dream I had last night.
I think I would maybe I would like to, the way that we got into the merch game and like basically now just like make clothes It's pretty cool, by the way. Pretty cool that we do
Yeah,
that.
pretty sick.
So more of that, I guess. Like, I guess my dream would be to write like a show, like a blogger show. I think was I talking about with you the other day, or maybe with Trent and them. Like, I think a show just called Bloggers. That's like loosely or like I guess like heavily based on our profession and just like all the honestly the fact is stranger than fiction. I think with the Barstool world, you could have season after season of all the drama we've had and scandals and successes and failures and all that.
You know what the best part about that is though? Someone's just gonna do it before us.
100%. I think it's already in the works.
So yeah, someone's just gonna make a Barstool show before Barstool does.
Yeah, and we're gonna be like, "Fuck, that should have been our idea." But that would be my dream: is to be like write like a very good, witty, popular half-hour comedy that has like 5 or 6 seasons to it.
Yeah,
Bloggers. The same way that there was.
And
like,
I'd like to act in that show too. Another dream.
I would like to be. But you want to play yourself, though, right?
Huh?
You don't want to play yourself, right?
Oh no, I think I want to play myself.
You do?
I think I'd only be good at playing me.
I think, well, that's true. You might have to play yourself because nobody. You know when people like play the Joker and then they kill themselves? What would happen? Jar! What would happen? Get the jar, guys. I'll have to put in like a metaphor. Who carries cash? I'm going to have to start carrying cash.
You got $100 on your desk.
Yep, I'll go. Yeah. Oh, you know what? Yeah. I'll bring in the $100. I have $100 of singles on my desk that I will then contribute. So, and a little IOU. We'll do like Dumb and Dumber style. $1. What's the date right now? It's June 1st. June 1st. I said.
Would you like me to go grab it from your desk?
Yeah, please do that. Thank you.
Did you like how he spoke into the mic this time?
Did you? Oh, that's good.
I did. You didn't even see it.
People will kill themselves for playing John. And I will rip that off. And we'll put that in there as a little IOU until Jackie gets those dollars. But I think you're right about that. Nobody could really play you. I think I'd rather be not like an M. Night Shyamalan, like bit character. He's me.
Yeah.
I'd like to be like a little cameo. Like I'd like to play like the janitor who's at the office while the bloggers are happening. Who just pops in with like good one-liners here and there. But I don't know if I want to play like myself because. What's weird too is like, maybe it's just because we're wildly insecure and have all sorts of issues. But like when people write a show that's based on them, there's moments where like they're the hero, right? And it's like that's kind of like wildly arrogant.
Yeah,
like I would be worried about that. Where I'd be like, well, I can never be like the hero because that means I'm writing into my script that like. And then he wins the fucking Emmy, and it's like, but in reality, people be like, well, you're not fucking good enough to do that.
Yeah, I think that depends on who the writer is. I don't suspect that you or I would ever have ourselves come out looking good in a show.
Right.
I think you're like,
That's
I
why
like being the butt of the joke.
I know.
Like being.
I would also like to be the hero sometimes, though.
No, I'll do that once this show takes off and I get a role in Fast 10.
Oh, right.
And then
you'll be the hero.
Yeah.
You'll be in space.
I'll be
fighting off the dinosaurs.
I'll be the new Dominic Toretto when he dies in Fast 10.
There's a healthy talk. There's a healthy dose of Fast and Furious talk.
There's this fucking guy Dom never told you about.
The one guy Dom Toretto's afraid of.
It's him and Paul Walker's brother.
We got Carly coming up, Carly Aquilino. We talk about Fast and the Furious with her and Jurassic Park and all sorts of shit. So we'll check that out. But let's do our last voicemail first. Our last voicemail is brought to you by Cuts Clothing. Fellas, I mean, we've been talking about forever, right? We've been talking about cuts forever. Shout out to Squints. If you're looking for an easy to, give me that $1. I'm going to take out that IOU. This right here is the jar fund. So there you go. 99 left. Cuts Clothing. If you're looking for quality clothing that looks sharp, that's comfortable, that fits right, and that's easy to always fits in. You're never going to have to work. You will never wear a Cuts Clothing shirt somewhere and have people be like, that's so last year.
That's a guarantee.
That's so out of style. Oh, that's so 2000 and late. You will always be in style.
You punch them right in the face.
Yeah, then wearing your Cuts Clothing shirt, you beat them to death. Cuts Clothing, you got the simple colors that are always staples: white, black, gray, navy, like all the like everything you need that will always go with your jeans and your black pants and your black shoes, all that. Then they've got the crew necks. I think V-necks are maybe a little bit I think V-necks are dicey these days.
Yeah.
I don't want to say they're out because V-necks are kind of basic too, but I think you roll up to a place with a V-neck these days, you're a little bit late.
You definitely can't be doing deep V kind of stuff.
No, that's what I mean.
Even
but they have the classic where it's just like a little V. Yeah,
you can do it. I wouldn't anymore.
Right now,
but
I
you
would go
can
with the
do it.
crew or I would go with the Henley. I always love a good Henley. And so and then the bottom they've got the split hem and the elongated, the scoop cut. So you basically pick your color, your top and your bottom. They've got the long sleeve tees, the short sleeve tees. They got the hoodies. They've got it all, and it's basically the perfect shirt for every occasion. Especially as the world gets more casual and as everything becomes kind of athleisure wear and all that shit. It's a classic look that will never go out of style. That's also comfortable on top of it. So you can get the wrinkle-free polos. You can get the French terry tees. Everything in the world right now that's like hot and on trend, Cuts has got it. Go to cutsclothing.com/Clancy and get 15% off the only shirt worth wearing. That's cutsclothing.com/Clancy.
Hey, KFC, Feits, first time caller. I had to share this simp story. So I just moved to a new city about a month ago for work. Have no friends. Don't really know anyone. I work in the restaurant industry, and I meet a chick on a dating app, and she wants to hang out one night that I happen to be working at this new job. And because it's such a new job, I can't really call out or take time off, just be a bad look. So me, being the simp that I was, not even dating this girl, never even met her, just basic conversation over text, back and forth on the dating app, swapped a few texts. I try to get someone to cover my shift, and no one will cover my shift. None of the workers, no one. I look for every way out, and eventually I resort to offering money for someone to cover my shift. I started like $50, no takers. No one wants to work this shift. So I keep upping it until I get to like $120 that I pay, more than I would even probably make on the shift. And I pay $120 for someone to cover my shift just to hang out with a girl that I've never even met. It ended up going well, but just incredible simp move. Thanks, Diva.
I mean, dude's horny. Dude's $120 worth of horny, right? This depends. There's two major things here that matter. One, I think, is like your personal situation. Like, I mean, if you're in like a crazy bad drought or something, or you're really depressed, or you haven't gotten laid, or something to that effect, you gotta do what you gotta do. I also think, much like, I mean, paying money to be able to go on a date is always going to come across as kind of simpy and like lame, but it's kind of like
bro, I'd pay money to not work. I don't know if I'd pay money to go on a date. I'd pay money to not work though.
Well, but he just said he would have lost money. What did he say?
He said he wouldn't have even made 120 on the shift. I would pay more than I'd make on a shift to not go work.
Of course, that's how it works though. It's like, why would I take your shift for $50?
Right.
Like, that's not how much I'm gonna, unless you really make dirt money. It's like you need to pay me enough for that fucking works. Like I gotta get like a dime and a half. I gotta get double time basically. Not $50 is not worth a day of work, for a shift of work.
I completely agree with
that. So no wonder
$50.
you had to go higher than that. I'm just thinking that like paying money is always gonna be a little bit lame, but there are these things where it's like there's a fine line between like cute and you went out on a limb, went out of your way for me, and like you're a down bad simp.
I think
it's like
this is kind of cute.
That's what I mean. I feel like maybe it's weird that he never met her, but it's like if a girl and it's like Tom Brady on that SNL skit where it's like, are you good looking or are you ugly? If a girl finds out that a dude like risked his job and went to the ends of the earth to have somebody cover for him so that he could go on a date with me, that should be pretty flattering. But since girls are fucking assholes, you'd be like, oh, actually, that's super unattractive, and I'm never gonna fuck you.
Ew,
What's that? You tried
like
hard for me?
Desperate.
Fuck off.
Gross.
Yeah, I love when people are like you're such a try hard. It's like, yeah, I really put in a lot of effort on this. What an asshole. I put in such effort to try to make our date good. What a fucking loser I am. You assholes. So
I thought he was gonna say like he just had her come hang out at the restaurant, which is what I would have done.
I think that would have been cute too. You know what? Like if he
come hang out, I'll fucking pour you drinks.
What was he? He's a bartender.
Yeah, he seemed like he works in the restaurant.
Okay,
industry.
let's say he's a bartender. You tell this girl, like we're gonna have the date at this spot, right? And she walks in, and you got like a little place set up at the corner of the bar, at the end of the bar. Everything's set up nicely for dinner with like a little fucking flower or whatever, and you serve her drinks and bring her dinner out there, and you chit chat with her in between slinging, as long as it's not like a mob scene.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, it becomes like the cutest, most memorable date ever. Again,
I think that
if
would
you're-
probably ruin the relationship with the rest of your coworkers. So they'd be like, this guy's a fucking loser.
Yeah, definitely, they would hate you for it.
If you did all that, if you just had her sit there quietly, you could probably get away with it.
Yeah.
But if you're doing all that, they're probably like, fuck this guy.
Yep.
He's like, like he probably didn't even check her. The tipsy pool probably she probably didn't have to tip. It's fucking bull. He spent most of his time on that. And he's added nothing to the pool. That probably gets you in trouble.
Yeah, probably. But yeah, maybe you don't have to go above and beyond. If it was just like, I'm gonna give you all the attention at the bar. It's like flirting with a bartender, guy or girl, is one of the funnest things you can do, right? So you're gonna that's our date. We're gonna flirt like as if we don't know each other, except it's our second date, first date, or whatever. This guy, if he played his cards right, the problem is he thinks he's a simp. If you're calling up and saying I simped and did this and I simped and did that, well, then you probably were a simp and you probably did it like a pussy. If you do it like, yeah, no, this is like a creative thing that I'm gonna do, the girl's gonna like, then maybe she'll like it. She's not gonna like it if you're like, oh, I'm a simp.
Yeah.
Can I chime in?
Yeah, of course.
I think that on the first date, that's a simp. It's cute if it's like the second or if you already know, but then if it's the first, it's like, why are you trying so hard? You don't even know me yet.
But what would you rather? I mean, also, I think the answer here is like you just reschedule. No.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
like if you had a Hinge date and you were just like, sorry, I thought I was free on Tuesday, but I am not. Like, cancel last minute. But again, that might be like see you never. I don't know. It depends on.
I don't know how those. I know I would be totally fine with something like that. Yeah, we'll do it tomorrow. We'll do it Thursday. We'll do it whatever.
I don't get any of that. I wish part of me wants to do like a Hinge dating thing just to know what the fuck you guys are doing. It's so foreign to me.
The entire part of me does not want to do that.
Yeah, I don't really want to either. But I would like to know. I would like to know.
It's nothing against people who do it. It's just that I do not possess the ability.
I just wish every time we do this, I have to put out the disclaimer like I missed this era and I don't really engage in it now. But like the notion of just like I go on like minimum 4 anonymous dates a week is crazy. Is insane. But it's like totally commonplace.
I would have nothing to do other than nap.
Yeah, because it's like date and nap.
Because it's like that's so draining. That takes
what's
so
worse?
much out of me.
If the dates are going good. It's like it was great, man. We drank all night. We went home. I went back to her place. Like 18 hours later, I did it again with someone else. We went back to her place. Next thing you know, it's the weekend. Now you just got to go hang out with your friends. The whole thing's a fucking... You got
like
people doing...
absolute hell. It is like, it sounds exhausting. Like truly... genuine. I would not have time to work.
Yeah,
if that's what I did.
It's not easy.
Like, look, I talked for 3 hours last night.
And that's the thing too. It's like when you're dating someone, the nights that you hang out with them is like we just sit on the couch and watch TV. These are dates where you're supposed to be engaging and asking questions and listening, dressing up, spending money.
Too much.
Too much.
Making me want to crawl out of my skin right now. I'm like, I can't. I don't have that much attention for you.
Fucking dating. Losers. Who dates? Losers. All right. Carly Aquilino's here. She's my internet wife. I love this woman. Because she is just one of the best in the game. And today is brought to you by The Zebra, the best way to save on insurance and find the plan that's the best coverage for you while also saving money as much as you possibly can. That's The Zebra. Think about it as like Kayak or Priceline or any of the other apps and websites that put all of the choices, all of the plans for whatever it may be, all into one place for you so you can read it. That's what this is, but for insurance. So for home insurance, for auto insurance, it puts all the different companies right there in front of you. I live in this state, so this one's available to me. I have this many cars or this size of a house. I need this kind of coverage. Oh, I don't want to spend too much, so I'll lessen the coverage. Oh, I need full coverage for me and my family, so I'll up the cost. Your parameters put in, and within seconds, you have all the best options to compare and contrast and buy your car and home insurance. It's all in one independent marketplace, and it depends on which market you're in, so it can tell where you're at. It gives you all the options right there in one spot. Find the right insurance company for you today, right now, by going to thezebra.com/KFC. That's thezebra, ZEBRA.com/KFC to get your free quote today. Carly, let's talk to him. Carly Aquilino's here. Bow, 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 bow.
You are tan as fuck.
Yeah, you
What
are
do
tan. Is
you
this
just-
fake tan or
Are
real
you
tan
just,
or
No,
what?
this is
you just
real.
have a
I
consonant
went to
last name? It just happens.
Val.
Val. I get it messed up. I'm not smart. As soon as like Memorial Day hits, it's just like I'm
Right,
tan
it
as
just
hell.
changes,
You have
yeah.
olive skin.
I went to Miami like 3 weeks ago, and I thought I lost it, so it feels good
No,
to
got it.
no, you did
hear
not.
that.
You are very.
I mean,
you're
like,
glowing right now. You might be pregnant, actually.
I thought I lost it. Yeah, let's not. Let's not. Let's hope not.
Right,
Let's
right.
hope that's it's just a
Fingers
tan.
crossed.
Yeah, fuck. Yeah, lost it. What? Lost it.
I thought I
Compared to me,
lost it.
This is gonna be the worst summer ever for me. It's
Why?
the fattest I've ever been. Not like I'm gonna go anywhere or like be like gallivanting around the beach, but this is gonna be a fat, pale summer. Man.
All right. When was the last time you didn't have a fat pale summer? I haven't had a non-fat
I've
pale
always-
summer in 7 days.
I've had skinny, fat, pale summers my whole life. We are now officially into fat, pale summers. Okay.
It's like the
So,
opposite of hot girl summer.
Yes.
Fat pale summer.
Yes. My white boy summer shirt came in the mail the other day.
Oh,
My Chet Hayes shirt is officially here, and it's even more Aryan Nation than you can imagine.
Why?
Because it's
the font.
font.
Yes.
And, like
Yeah.
I know that was a thing, so it wasn't a surprise. But I was like, oh, this is officially just a joke shirt. Like,
Yeah.
will not be. I thought it was like,
No,
yeah,
you
I'll wear it
can't.
to the beach. I'll wear it as like a joke at a party. No,
No.
that will go right in the garbage.
you put it on for like Zoom calls and that's it.
Honestly,
Zoom calls with the veiled prophets.
you hear about that? You hear about how Erin from The Office is in
No.
the KKK?
What?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Twitter has decided. Boom. Erin from The Office, KKK. She won. Listen to this. In 1999, she was 19 years old. She comes from money, old
Okay.
money in the South.
She has that
St.
vibe.
Louis, Missouri, right? She won Queen of the Veiled Prophets Ball.
Okay.
Oh, and there's pictures of her wearing very,
No, don't-
very. It's not like a hood. Well, let me show you the one picture. She is dressed in like when I tell you it's like KKK thing, you're gonna see it, but you probably wouldn't see it on just her. You probably
Okay.
if you weren't. But then the dude next to her has this veil on that I was like, I don't know what the fuck that is, but it is not good. Yeah. So then they changed the name in 1990. So this thing was established in 1878.
100%. Yeah,
And-
that's,
and-
that's
and it
how
was-
you know.
and it
Anything
was-
in the 1800s.
Racist.
Yeah, no,
It
we
was-
gotta
it was
cancel
anything
that.
like that. Anything before color TV existed, and then even some of that still. Like,
Yeah.
So
Little
then, like,
much,
she,
little much.
that's like okay, right? It's not
Okay.
crazy. Let me find the veil though. That dude is fucking creepy. So it was
Has
created.
she said anything
to,
about it?
No, and that's why she's got to probably fucking speak up soon. It was to celebrate the existing power structure. They didn't let black people in until 1979.
That was
And,
not that long ago.
Bro, look at that dude.
Oh, okay.
Honestly,
He looks
I tip my cap to them for just even allowing black people in. Because this kind of establishment
have
right
just
here,
stuck to
if
it.
they were still not black people allowed, you'd be like, well, yeah, that makes sense.
Like, first of all, what black people wanted to go?
Yeah.
Who are
Right,
the people like, yeah,
exactly.
sign me up? They changed it to the Fairs Point Ball instead of the Prophets Ball. And now she won Queen of Love and Beauty, not Queen of the Prophets Ball. I'm saying that, like, probably still has some old white men who are still racist. I don't think.
Right.
I think by the time she was doing it, she was like, I want to be prom queen, you know.
Right.
So I don't think she's like a grand wizard.
But she should say something about
Yeah,
it.
I think she should speak
She
up
should
and be
definitely
like,
be
no,
like,
no, no, no.
guys.
I went to a debutante ball, which isn't all much better, I imagine, and just
Right.
went into the wrong gala room.
That's kind of what it's like. It's like when you crush the girl from The Bachelor got in trouble for the debutante ball. It's like, yeah, okay, there are some like weird ties to it from the past, but I'm not. I'm just like a dumb Southern girl. That's what it got.
Right,
She
right.
really should start her video with that, guys.
Yeah.
Just like guys.
She's got to say something.
Of all, like, quite literally one of the last people on earth I would ever.
Yeah,
which is
no.
which also leads me to believe maybe true because sometimes it is that person.
I actually hope
Right.
she never says anything.
Just
Because
lets it be.
when was the last time you thought of Erin from The Office? Guess who's fucking back in the headlines, baby?
Well,
Guess who's gonna
no,
start
she's
getting-
got Kimmy Schmidt, but that's about being in a
Right.
cult and like
Yeah.
breaking away from it. So I was like,
But even Kimmy Schmidt,
Yeah.
they haven't had a new season of that. in a
No,
couple
that-
years.
that's
I
just
think
kinda
it's
dead,
done
too.
now. I think they
Yeah.
did the last one like a couple years ago, but I liked that show.
It was a good show.
And she was good on The Office.
but okay, but here's what's crazy.
No, she wasn't good on The Office. Hang
She
on.
wasn't?
I almost let you skate on that one. No, she was very frustrating.
Why?
But yeah,
'Cause she
but
was
that's
like,
why
that
it
was
was
her
good.
character.
But yeah, but like that.
Yeah.
See, I hated Ryan too, and people were like, "Well, that was his character." I know, I hated it.
Right,
He did
okay.
Yeah.
the actor did a fine job.
Right.
I did not care for the acting for the character.
character.
itself.
Character,
Yeah.
right.
She is the. Maybe I don't know. Maybe that's who you would use to
Yeah.
hide. Like we're gonna infiltrate Hollywood.
Right,
But this was the
right.
tweet that like went super viral. That like really started this.
Oh, no.
It just says Ellie Kemper, the actress who played Erin Hannon on The Office and starred in Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt, has been outed as a KKK princess. Nope. Just a picture of her. No link. No
her
evidence.
headshot.
It's
Yeah.
just and like someone just said that and it got 6,000 retweets.
Right.
Like, how scary is that? I could just do that tomorrow. Carly Aquilino fucking is a murderer. Like,
Right.
bam, 20,000 retweets.
Yeah,
I'm gonna do that, by the way.
that's what's-
Tomorrow we're gonna do that. When this shit comes out, we're gonna see if we can get that going viral.
Yeah, that would be nice.
Yeah.
That would
I
be nice.
actually, now that you mentioned her full name, I did see her name this morning about this.
Ellie Kemper.
And my head went to Edmund Kemper, the
Yeah,
dude from Mindhunter,
that doesn't
the guy
help
who
either.
fucked his mom's head.
Yeah, that's not a good one to be attracted to.
I was like, oh
Connected.
yeah, that makes sense. Edmund Kemper was
Yeah.
for sure in that.
No,
but I didn't put together Ellie.
She's gotta say something. Though, right?
She's gotta.
I know you don't like. You don't
She's
want to dignify the rumors. You don't want to like stoop. Like you gotta come
But
out
it's
and be
really
like,
not
no,
a rumor
bro.
if there's proof of it. And you were
Enough.
the queen of it.
The queen
Like,
of the
she wasn't
the
just
prophets.
there.
Also,
She
you know
was
what
the
I'm thinking?
queen.
That's not. Maybe it's not the KKK, but it's something.
It's something.
That's
I mean,
like
it's
eyes wide shut.
definitively
Like,
something. Like it's
Yeah.
they don't hide it. They were like,
Yeah.
I believe from what the quick like thread I read was railroad workers went on strike in 1800s, whatever it was,
Uh-huh.
and then just like the St. Louis elites were just like, yeah, that's not gonna happen. So they just like took to the streets to get violent with everyone.
Oh, wow.
And
and not everyone. We know. who-
well, actually, it was the thread I did read was like it was actually
They
an
killed everybody.
interracial strike. It was both black and
Oh,
white
ain't
people
that-
were like,
ain't
we're
that
not-
great.
We're not working. And they were
I
like,
just
"Yeah, you are."
I take one look at a veil or those outfits,
Right,
and I'm
yeah.
like, this is either a sex cult or a racist cult or a murder cult or
Right.
all of the above.
Yeah.
You can't
why,
wear a veil.
Why are you covering your face?
Yeah, even
What's
when I
going
see
on?
like a
Yeah.
bride with a veil, I'm like, no, creepy. It's weirding me out. You're fucking scaring me. Show me your fucking face. Show me your face. I don't like it.
What do you think's under there? Just not the
A
girl you
racist
thought
white
you were
woman,
gonna-
probably.
Kevin got married and was so confused the whole walk
The
down. He's like,
no, the
he's
veil.
got his hands behind his back on the altar with his both like fingers crossed. Like, boy, I
It's like,
hope that's her.
I suppose I do. I suppose I do. I watched a
I
scary
hope
movie
that's
last
her,
night.
not David Duke coming down.
I watched a scary movie last night. I don't think I can do scary movies anymore.
Which
I'm such
one?
a pussy. It's the new one on Netflix called it's a stupid title like I am not who you thought I am or something like that.
Okay.
It's got Amanda Seyfried in it.
Love her.
It was pretty good. It had some corny moments,
But you get
scared
spooked
me.
out. Like you can't
Kinda.
watch it alone.
Yeah, kind of like it's just like I just like torture myself a little bit. You know what I mean?
Well,
It's
yeah,
like-
that's
it's
why I
like,
don't
why
like
am I
them.
doing this to myself?
You don't like them either?
I
don't-
used to
I just
love
don't
them.
get the point of them. Like
I love
Halloween
them.
season, sure, I'll get down with it. Yeah,
Okay.
we're getting spooky. It's spooky season. But like just on a fucking Memorial Day weekend, like I'm too busy thinking about the troops for horror movies.
It's called Things Things Heard and Seen. By the way,
I've
it's
had Francis Scott Keys on repeat for fucking 17 hours.
I'm saluting.
I'm not doing The Conjuring tonight.
The last one for me was Hereditary. I watched that one.
Oh my
And I was
God.
like alone, and I was like, what am I doing? I'm sitting here like wringing my hands
Yeah,
and freaking
Hereditary was a different type of scary movie.
Yeah, 'cause it's
too.
like-
it
when
was
it's a
like an
good
eerie.
movie, yeah.
that little girl in there.
out. So that's to bring it back. That's why I
Yeah.
don't like little girls and I don't like old women. In the world of scary movies, to me, girls and old women freak me out.
Kevin's like, you have a vagina. You got a 15-year window with me.
That's it. Otherwise, you terrify
After
me.
that, go fuck yourself.
Honestly, I'm getting like there's
I
been
don't.
times.
It makes sense. I'm
What do you need from little girls and old women? Nothing. Nada. As a guy, you do nothing. Like Shay will scare me sometimes, and then old women creep me out. I just
Shay will scare me.
like you ever
I think
see.
what
Here's
you're
the
right.
thing.
Little girls in scary movies, they're never good. They're never good. They're
Or-
always
or
ghosts.
they know.
Yeah.
They're always ghosts.
Like
Yeah.
or, like I do believe if do you believe in ghosts?
Yes.
So I think if there are ghosts, that like kids would be the ones who could see it or hear it.
Yeah, they
or
say
wouldn't be
that.
scared by it because they're dumb, so they would like go talk to it or whatever. But there have been times where Shay has said things to me like like the
like
boy
what?
there's the boy back there, and I'm like, what? She's like, yeah, I was playing, and I'm like, it's probably just
You're
an
like, go to
imaginary
your
friend. Yeah, go to your room with your boy and fucking lock it and keep them in there. I don't want it out here.
Yeah, no,
Daddy's
that's too
watching
spooky.
fucking rom-com.
Yeah.
She was scared. That like, how many times? Let's say you had a house. Because in this movie, they moved to this fucking house that's like
Of
so
course.
goddamn haunted,
Of
you know?
course.
So if you moved into a house that was like creepy, and let's say you got a family, or let's say there's creepy neighbor, whatever, how long, like what would have to happen for you to legit be like, you know what, I'm moving. I know I just bought it, but I'm fucking moving.
It would take a lot.
Right?
It would
Take a
take
lot?
a lot. Yeah, it would take a lot.
Because well, I'm kind of with you. Like, I don't think it would. But then if it's like, I just paid the down payment, and then I got to sell this, I'm gonna take a bath on it. The
Right.
market's down. Like, all of a
Exactly,
sudden I
and
would be
like you
thinking
got
practical.
a good deal on it because it's
Yeah.
haunted.
Yes.
They always get a good. It's always like a haunted mansion. It's never like a haunted
Why did
one
Why
bedroom.
does this 25 bedroom only cost
Yeah.
like 125 grand? I wonder why.
Yeah, I would just be cool with. I would just.
So you would just live with
yeah.
the haunting?
Yeah, I wouldn't care.
I
it's not
think-
like they're touching you.
Well, that's okay. So what would it take? Would it have to be like if every night the lights flickered?
That's
No.
fine.
Okay, if every night, like if the lights started to pow, like the lights just like blow up, the bulbs just pop.
That would be fine with
Okay,
me too.
what
I live
about-
in-
what about-
I-
Does it all wake you up?
What about
Bro, last night my girlfriend was coughing a lot. I almost broke up with her. If the lights are going off all the time, it's like, I'm trying to sleep right now. If the lights were going off the whole time, I'd fucking be out of there so
Right.
fast.
Okay, here's one. You hear the piano playing, and then you pop your head in the room.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah,
All
well,
right,
now we're
just-
talking
It would
amenities.
have to be. It would have to be like
a song you hate.
I feel suffocated. Like, you know how people
Okay.
tell ghost stories and they're like, oh, I couldn't breathe.
Yeah.
Okay.
There was that would bother me. But the other stuff,
I
the
would
lights
sincerely
popping,
hope.
yeah, the lights
the
popping, whatever.
piano can be playing, and you pop your head, and no one's there.
I
You're
would,
cool.
yeah, no, that would be nice.
You're a
I would like
freak.
wonder
You're
who
a
that ghost is.
fucking
Like,
freak.
if it's a
well,
famous
in
ghost
this
or
one,
what.
in this one, they kind of there's like spoiler alert, but there's like good ones and bad ones, kind of. So
Okay.
like at one point, she's kind of like cool with one of them, and like
That
who's
would
to
be
say that all
me.
ghosts are bad? You know.
Yeah, I would be friends with. I would just be like, okay, cool.
What if you were a ghost? Who would you haunt?
Ooh, Gwyneth Paltrow.
Wow, you have that.
Yeah, I
Usually
think she
people
has
are
it a little
like-
too easy.
Yeah.
You know?
Okay.
I would just like knock stuff over in her
I'm just
studio
gonna
or
inconvenience Gwyneth Paltrow.
yeah, that's what I would do.
She
I would
does
just
kind of have it easy.
inconvenience
She
her.
just says like she puts out vibrators and
Right.
says dumb things.
Pussy
and everyone's-
candles.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You just always blow out her pussy candle.
Yeah.
Guess what, Gwyneth? You don't get to smell your own snatch tonight. Snatch?
Exactly.
I haven't said snatch in a while. It felt good coming off the tongue.
That
Yeah.
it felt bad coming into mine. I was
Felt
like,
like a
"Wow, I
whole
can
nother
taste that."
year. Yeah.
Ugh. That she should call that like blow out my snatch. Smell, it should be called smell my snatch. Oh my god. Smell my snatch.
The word snatch is like a Thanksgiving meal, like once a year. You
yeah.
get after that, it becomes a little grotesque.
She
Give it a
just,
turkey dinner again.
You're eating stuffing in July? No way. Gwyneth just I feel like she says things that are like obvious or people know, and everyone's
Right.
like, ooh. Gwyneth Paltrow said like
Right.
she likes orgasms. Like, no fucking kidding.
Yeah, like that they're healthy for you. They're
Yeah,
good for
right.
you.
Like an
yeah.
orgasm a day.
Yeah.
She does seem like one of those people who would do weird stuff with like her blood and cum or whatever. Like I put it on my skin to make my face feel young. It's like, shut up, Gwyneth.
Yeah. Gwyneth would be thrilled to get haunted by you. She's like,
Right.
I've been trying to get someone to seep the blood out of my face.
Right. She would love to be haunted. She would talk about it all the time.
Oh,
It'd
that'd
be
be the next
Yeah.
Goop's number one story.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's all right. So Gwyneth, and you would just inconvenience her.
Yeah, I would just fuck with her.
Would you a lot of times girls answer this with exes. They're like, I would haunt the fuck out of him. No, right?
No, I'm cool.
It's like
He's
wanna be
haunted
around
already.
him?
Like I don't
Yeah.
want to. Like they're all haunted.
Or it's like I already ruined his life.
Right.
I already
Whatever.
broke him.
No, it would have to be someone
Okay.
that you've never met. It's like it's fun that way.
What would you want to haunt? Like, because part of being a ghost is too. You could also just like get into someone's house and chill and like watch them and shit, watch them live. Who would you do that with?
Oh wow. Number 1, Brad Pitt.
Yeah, right.
Number 2, The Rock.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
I have a.
I would
question for
love
you.
to be a ghost in his gym.
Just watch him work out.
Yeah.
I want to be a ghost with The Rock to catch him doing some shit.
Like
Because
what?
I'm on a lifelong quest to find someone
Yeah.
that will say something bad about The Rock.
We just need
No,
to get
it's
Vin
not
Diesel in here.
possible.
Yeah, he's the only one. Vin Diesel. I swear to God,
What did
one
he
day
say?
they just have a few. They have
hate
a
each
rivalry.
other.
They that's why
Really?
The Rock started his own movies.
That's why,
He
yeah,
couldn't
he's
be
not in the Fast and Furious
They
movies anymore.
couldn't be on the set together.
I never knew that.
They
and
did
my
like
mind
scenes
is
together
blown.
where they weren't on set together. It was just like they would
splice
shoot,
it in.
yeah.
Or whatever.
Oh my god.
Yeah, they
Which
do not
is,
like.
I swear to God, I think that says a lot more about The Rock than anything. I think that like Vin Diesel one day might be vindicated, and he's gonna be like, "I was telling you, motherfuckers! I knew this Dwayne. I knew he was a
What
fraud
did
or
he
something."
say about him?
I don't think they've ever said.
It
right?
was basically
just
just
were
like he
bickering?
came in like. And he was. I mean, like, I don't even think you can fault either one for this.
I think Vin Diesel was like, "This is my shit."
I'm the Fast and Furious guy. And The Rock
Right.
came
The
in,
Rock.
kind of reinvigorated the franchise, and then they're like, "No, you're not part of the family." And
It became,
my
it became like real
God.
life. Like
don't
he was
make
not,
a face like
he
that.
Was being, you're
Family's
talking,
important.
You're talking
in the
to
Fast
like the
franchise.
one. This is his life. No. He like this is serious
Stop
shit for
laughing.
him.
What are you laughing about
Like
right
he
now?
is dead ass serious. He will kick you out of the studio.
Why
So
are you laughing so much
absurd.
about? I don't know, the most successful movie franchise of all time.
That is that. It
course
really
it
is.
is.
It's got nine fucking movies.
Doesn't mean it's
It makes like $1
successful.
billion a movie. in
No,
I
it
believe
99
you, I
literally
believe you.
does mean
I've
it's
honestly
successful.
never.
Doesn't mean it's good,
Yeah,
but
yeah,
it
yeah.
means it's successful.
Right. You're right.
They're garbage.
I've
but-
never
It's just,
seen one.
It's just things. Oh boy, well, we're gonna have a watch
So
party one night. You
I've
want to come?
seen like bits
Yeah.
and pieces here, and I promised to him, since he's like my platonic life partner here,
Right.
that I will, when you like watch movies for your spouse, like, all right, I'll watch it for you. I
Right.
told him I'm gonna watch all these movies, but I got 9 to watch.
Yep.
So
Eight.
and then the 9th is coming out.
The 9th is coming out.
Right. So I gotta catch up on 8 so I could watch the 9th.
Yep.
So I got my work cut out for me. So we're thinking about getting a bunch of 3-chi, a bunch of drugs and fucking snacks, and just like
Yeah, you
banging out
gotta.
8 movies.
Yeah, I want to do that with Star Wars. I've never seen it.
Not worth it.
Not worth
Do
it.
it with Fast instead. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Come on to the Fast and Furious watch party.
Classic.
The Star Wars is like 3 for 11. Like
Right,
the
that's what I
very
hear.
first 3, and then the rest, and these like spin-offs. Everyone's always kind of disappointed by them.
Right.
When's the last time they
didn't
like
watch them.
nailed it, like killed it. Nobody says that.
People always like people that love it are like, all right, here's what you got to do. You got to watch the 4th one, the 3rd one, and then the 6th one. I'm like, what?
Yeah,
That
it's-
seems just
Yeah, and
too much.
to me, they're just living off the name and like the
right.
characters and shit. But it's like this is the same shit over and over again.
Yeah.
Not very good.
Right.
Yeah, like Fast, they do different.
Fast
things
is
every,
good.
every time.
Yeah, no,
They,
that's-
like, it's like yeah.
Totally, yeah.
Right.
They dive
in
deeper.
the first one, they were
They
staying
are going
like,
to space.
Going to space now.
This one goes to space.
Wait,
they're-
Fast and Furious is going to space?
Motherfucker.
I
Tell
love
you,
that.
They've
I love
already
that.
surpassed that in the sense that they are in discussion now to have a collaboration crossover world with Jurassic Park.
Oh, wow. Okay.
I don't think I knew that.
Yeah, Universal Studios wants it. They want a crossover.
You love it.
With Fast and
only
Furious.
thing we need
fucking
then-
Dominic Toretto riding his Charger up a T-Rex's fucking spine
Right.
into a Stegosaurus's head. That's gonna happen.
Wow. What a move.
Wow.
And then
Yeah.
I think the
Wow.
final. Then you integrate with Independence Day, and you have like full blown aliens.
yeah.
That's it. Done.
So they're just
All
gonna
for a
keep doing it.
franchise started a real fucking rags to riches story.
yeah.
When this series started, they were stealing TVs with VCRs built into them, and now we're fighting dinosaurs.
Right.
Yeah. You want to talk about a fantasy world?
Yeah,
we're
fuck
living in
Star
it.
Wars,
Yeah.
man. We're getting to the point where Star Wars is more believable than Fast and the Furious, bro. That's crazy. What's your favorite movie of all time?
Oh, my favorite movie.
Oh,
of
wait,
all
wait,
time.
wait. Hang on, back up real
I-
quick.
okay.
I want to go back to a previous question.
Okay.
Who you would haunt? Did you have to like disavow Andrew Cuomo? Are you still on that?
I mean, yeah.
Yeah, right. That
You
was
gotta.
that kind of killed your
What
crush,
am I
huh?
gonna do?
Yeah.
Be like, no,
Carly
I love
was a
that.
huge
I
Cuomo
was.
guy. She was like trying to fuck him for a while.
I've
like
decided-
openly like
yeah.
tagging him on Twitter, being like, "I want to fuck you."
Like there was like months worth of his Instagram where I was like, I like you on all of his pictures. Like I commented on
Not even
every
I want to
single
fuck
one.
you. Like I want to have like a
And
nice
then-
Italian dinner.
No, like
with
I
you.
want to.
Yes.
I want
You
to
would
date.
be- yeah, I wanna be like his wife. Like, I'll be your Italian
I want,
wife.
Right.
Now-
I want my stepchildren to be the same age as me. You know what I'm saying?
And now he turned out to be a genocidal old person
Right.
murderer, like groper.
Right. And I'm
Not
just
great.
like,
But
I
you know
can't
what?
stand by him like that.
Part of being in those Italian marriages, like you look the other way on what your man does at work.
Right,
You know
but
what I
we
mean?
weren't married yet.
Right. So okay. What if?
You hadn't taken the vow yet.
If you started dating Cuomo when you had your crush at the beginning of Corona,
Right.
and then he turned into a genocidal maniac who gropes women?
I would be like, you're not who I thought you were. I
Okay.
thought you were like this quirky,
Okay, well,
silly.
you are not who I thought you were because I thought you were a down ass bitch. But apparently you're not.
No, not in that way. I wouldn't. I
Dump
wouldn't.
your man who murders people and gropes them. What a
Yeah.
You're fucking ridiculous.
That was a hard realization
Yeah, that was tough, huh?
for me to
Yeah.
to just accept it. But I can't just ride for him now. Like I
it's
can't be like, no, that's my
Yeah,
guy.
he has two
Yeah,
of the
he is
creepier.
tough.
You know what? In my mind, he's getting rid of old women and he's fucking up little girls. So I don't know. Maybe me and him are simpatico on that one.
Right.
I think it's harder too for women with men because like if I like Taylor Swift would be my Cuomo, I imagine.
Right. Love her.
And love her.
How could you not?
And then some fucked up stuff came out that she was just like killing old woman.
You could still be down for her.
I could still absolutely be down
Because she's a
Right.
chick, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think
there's
like
a difference.
I can be like, look, that's my woman's fucking breaking through the glass ceiling. Now,
Yeah. What if
now
she-
ladies are doing fucked up stuff. That's my girl right there.
What if she was like a Black Widow?
like
Like she kills like the guy she's with instead of writing songs about him. What if she fucking killed him? Even better
You
for
wouldn't
you,
care.
right?
Okay, we call that a win-win, babe.
Yeah.
It's true.
Then
It's
I'm
like,
really
that's kind
throwing
of
myself at her feet.
That's
Yeah.
a good way to go out. I think.
Oh,
Kevin just asked, what if I gave you a scoop of ice cream with this cake?
Right.
who would you want to be murdered by if you could be murdered by someone?
I would love Brad Pitt to murder me for
Yeah,
sure.
with
I
his
would-
dick.
Yeah.
In
With
the bedroom.
anything. I would let him stab me.
What would
I
you
would let
let-
him run me over with a car.
Would you-
And I'm not kidding. That's not like oh, I would let him run. No, I really would. Like, floor
What about like a
it.
slow, painful, torturous death?
Would love for him to do that.
She's like, even better.
Do you want to know why? Just because I really want to meet him. Like, it
Just
would
can I
be
get a
worth
selfie
it.
for the gram before I'm
Yeah,
dead?
it's fine. It's also better than any other way. I'm gonna like die from like falling. You know what I'm saying? It's just
You're
I'd
gonna die
rather
running
him
around
kill
that
me.
apartment of yours,
Right.
showing off your speed and your Skechers or whatever. You're from outer space, man. Carly, follow her on Instagram and watch her stories. You and your mother are from outer space.
Right,
You two
right.
need a fucking show, and
Right.
it basically should just be your Instagram.
She
Fucking wackos.
she's been on like just a few things that I've done before because they're like, oh, your mom's
Oh, like,
funny,
on
like
camera?
put her on. Yeah, and then we did a like girl code reunion
Mm-hmm.
last year, and they filmed something with her, and they ended up not putting it in the episode. She was screaming like at my grandma the whole time, and I was like, Ma, you got. Like, I can't believe you did that. She was like, oh, well, I didn't know. Because my grandma was like, they lived together. And
Your
my
mom
grandma
and
was
grandma live
asking,
together?
well, yeah, my parents
Yeah,
take
yeah,
care
yeah.
of her.
Right.
But I guess I don't know what it
So
was.
you
But
gotta
they were
move in and
fighting.
make
They
the
were
three-
fighting. I wouldn't last. I wouldn't last.
We have a question coming up. We'll do Answer the Internet a little bit. It involves that. I'm interested to hear that answer. The Aquilino family has got to be a fucking zoo. 3-ring circus in that house. Shit.
Yeah.
What's good with you back on stage, back on the road, back out there? What's going on?
The clubs just opened back up like in the city, and they're doing. It feels normal again.
That's
Last
good.
week was the first show that I was like, wow, this feel like I got
just back
choked
to it.
up.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Pussy.
Because they're like filling the crowd.
Because I'm back to work. It's like, imagine if we walked in the studio and I was like, we're back and doing a podcast.
It just
Shut
feels
up.
good, like to have people in there,
Yeah.
and because
Is it
before
full
that it was like
capacity now,
6
or-
people.
Yeah, it's full now.
You know, it's close to
Close to,
full.
yeah.
Yeah. But everybody's got to be vaccinated. They check, and you know they like
vaccinated?
check your
You gotta have like the
You gotta bring
passport.
the pass?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't
Oh,
know
shit.
that.
There's also an
like,
app.
at
at the
door?
club. Yeah, they check.
And people, not just the acts, not just the performers.
No,
Like,
everyone.
Wow.
Everyone. That's how they are doing it. Where like you don't have to
I
wear a
think
mask.
that's fair.
and,
I
you
know that's a big point of contention with like I shouldn't have to. It's like against your freedoms or some shit. But it's like I don't know, just fucking
Right.
you show your ID and you show your.
I'm like
your
I've
ID.
done so much
Did-
worse in my life.
Right?
Yeah.
Come on.
It's fine.
Didn't they say the Knicks were going to do that the second round, only sell the vaccinated tickets? Which
Well, they
doesn't
had
seem like it's gonna be
the-
a problem, but
Yeah, I guess they had the 2 different sections, but now they're just.
I think the second
making it-
round, which again doesn't look promising.
Maybe that's why they're
the
saying
second round
it.
they were
Like,
like,
let's get credit for being like pro-vax.
we're only
not gonna
selling
be
the
there.
vaccinated people.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean that could very well be. I don't know. I guess I didn't think about having to bring around that little passport.
There's an app that I don't have yet, but I saw people using it where it's like it's in like Apple Wallet or something, and you can upload your vax like card.
This is where it starts.
That exactly, because that's what
starts.
it's gonna be. I hated when they give you. First of all, the card that they gave you after you're vaccinated, it's not the size of a card. It's too big.
It's
way
can't
too
fit in a
fucking
wallet.
big. It doesn't fit in my wallet.
Yeah, that was so annoying.
And it's an index card. It's like this is gigantic.
It also was so.
What am I supposed to do?
It was so like it could have been like this at least or something. It's
Truly.
like a piece of fucking paper.
It's a full piece of paper.
I was like, I'm sure we can just fake these, right?
Right, like why does Jamba Juice have a better system than you? You couldn't just
clipping
punch
it,
it. Like it should be a punch card. It bothered me so much.
Or
and they
just
were
on the fucking
adamant
phone, like-
about like don't laminate this. Like first
What
of all, what
was
am I, a
that?
nerd?
Yeah, let me just.
Where do you even
sorry,
go
I
to a
had my
laminate
lamination
thing?
machine out, and I was about to before I read the warning.
Right. It was
Fuck.
so weird. I hate that fucking card. I have to carry it on my passport like wallet.
Yeah,
It's
why,
too big.
Why won't they let you laminate it?
Because I think there's gonna be a booster shot.
Oh, so you have to write on it again.
So they're gonna have to write on it again. Again,
They're
would
like,
have been
"More's
fixed if
fucking
there was
coming."
a punch
The
hole.
punch hole makes a lot of sense.
Hey.
It was one of the shocking things of my entire life that I.
Here it is. This is
that
like
I,
your life now.
Still had the card. Now, don't get me wrong. When I
Right.
showed up for the second shot, I did not have it, so I had to go back home. But I just didn't lose it.
Oh,
at least.
no,
I knew
right.
where it was.
I mean, I
just
put it in.
forgot to
I have a
bring
little
it.
safe at home. I put it in there.
Put it in a safe.
I don't know. I got a
Wow.
little safe with like my
What do you got a
kids'
safe
shit.
for?
My
Yeah,
kids'
where-
shit, like fucking birth
like
certificates
paintings?
and social security cards.
My kids
My
are
macaroni necklace. Throw it in there.
Is that what thieves break in to steal? Children's social security cards?
I have birth certificates.
Just put it in a
social
file cabinet.
security,
That's such a dad thing.
passports, and a fucking diamond.
Kevin's
I
got
have
a-
a diamond sitting in there. I'll just throw that thing in the fucking gutter. And then I had like something from my like Hyundai fucking Tucson. I kept some like paperwork for my
right, like
leased
some
car.
type of a manual.
What the fuck
Yeah,
is this?
that's like I feel like dads have
Bro,
like
you're
filing
describing a junk
cabinets.
drawer, except for the
And then-
diamond.
Like, get a folder.
The
You didn't need a
funniest thing-
safe. Get one folder.
The funniest
says
shit is it's like
files.
this big. Like you could just pick it up and go. You could literally just put it on your arm and walk out, and probably like just bang it on the ground and open it up and take
Right.
my passport.
That's the thing.
Well, you're the
too.
kid who almost you were willing to sell your passport, so we're
I
on
was
opposite
willing to
ends of
sell
the
You're
spectrum
gonna
here.
sell
a
your
fake passport.
Yeah, well, either way, you were willing to do like a fucking 30-year bid for like $5,000 for your
It was-
passport,
Wait,
so.
somebody was gonna buy your passport?
I had when I was underage. I had a real passport of someone who looked like me, and I was at a party in at Rollins College in Orlando, which is a bunch of just
Oh boy.
yeah, a
I
bunch
don't
of
know it, but I can imagine
rich
it.
kids with fucking lots of money for drugs, and one of them was a drug smuggler of sorts, I guess. And he's
Cool.
like, you got a passport that's not you, and I was like, yeah. He's like, can I buy it from
Have
you?
that?
And I was like,
that
yeah.
shit's
I was
gold
like, how
for them.
much? And like, I forget the number. It was between 10 and 20 grand. And I was like a sophomore or junior in college, which is all the money in the world. And then I
Right.
didn't sell it because I kind of knew the guy who it was. And I was like, that would be really fucked up to do. So I
Right.
did.
Yeah, you're
One of-
basically making that guy into a drug smuggler. Like, he gets
Yeah.
caught, that guy's
one
dead.
of the nicest
Yeah.
things I've ever done in my life. But I really thought about
Why
it.
did you have his?
I don't know. I don't know.
I would have told him like, "Hey,
I
you
really
want to
don't
split
know.
20 grand? I'm gonna sell your identity to this drug."
It wasn't like
smuggler."
he gave it to me though. It came to me through nefarious ways.
Oh, okay. So you stole
Like,
it. is
yeah,
what you're
yeah,
saying.
yeah,
So
yeah.
you're a thief.
I
You're a
didn't
drug
steal it
smuggler.
How
personally,
did
but it
you-
was stolen from him and
Right.
given to me.
What would you? How much
Right.
money for you to sell your
To sell my
your
passport, I feel like it would have to be a lot.
See,
it would
I
have
almost
to
think-
be.
I think that people
And
do
keep
what we
it
do.
valid and not like cancel it. It would have to be a lot because you don't know what people are doing.
Right,
But
but,
can't you
but
just,
the
like-
whole thing, wouldn't it be great? I think people who do what we do are in a good position where you can be like, my shit got like stolen. I'm obviously not a fucking drug smuggler. Like,
Right,
you can
but if
catch
you're
me
s-
at the club every night. Like,
Yeah.
I'm not.
But if you're
you know?
selling it, it would have to be valid. They
Yeah,
would have
yeah,
to
yeah,
be
but-
because
but-
so you couldn't cancel it and be like, it
No,
got
no, no. But I'm
stolen.
saying if so you sell it, you get your cash. Eventually, like the cops catch them or whatever, and they're like,
Right.
you're implicated in this. You could be like, I lost that. And
Yeah.
I lost
you know,
it.
and like,
Who-
look at me.
who
I'm
knows
not
where their
smuggling
passport is
drugs. I'm a
Right.
at all
fucking
times?
known person.
right.
This guy.
No, not you.
I
Certainly
lost
not.
mine a couple of years ago.
Because it should be
And
in
it
a
was-
fucking safe.
Right.
You children.
You're like,
You're
I know
safe.
exactly where mine
Yeah.
is. It's above my
I know the
daughter's
code
birth
to get
certificate.
in.
Yes.
Yep, 100%.
That's so funny that your
Yeah.
safe you could pick up and carry it out of the
Absolutely.
room.
It's no heavier.
Did you buy it
than
like from the
this.
Sky Mall or something?
I wish I knew. I think I probably just ordered it. That I don't remember.
That's something I've wanted
That
to.
was something at the time my wife told me to get it. I think. I was like, all right, whatever. Fucking here's the safe.
Right,
Because
yeah.
it would have ordinarily it would be Well, ordinarily
It
it would be
makes
lost.
sense.
Like ordinarily, it was actually. Fuck you guys. My safe is great.
You
The
should
other
put a
day I
couple
needed to.
bricks in it. You should put like just
like
to
now
weigh
weighing
it
it
down.
I think
Now
that
that you've
bricks of
told
Coke.
everyone that there's a diamond in it, of Coke or that, yeah.
Like throw a couple bricks in.
I needed to get.
Just me saying that for no fucking reason. Like I have them on me.
Here, put them in the safe.
You're safe.
I needed to get Keegan's birth certificate the other day, and I had it because of the safe.
Right.
They were like, "We're gonna need his birth certificate." And I was like, "Ooh, that's gonna be a problem. Like, who knows
Yeah.
where the fuck his birth certificate is? I don't know. I had it in my safe.
That's gotta be.
I'm impressed.
What I don't have is my social security card.
Oh,
Is that
fuck.
something that people have?
No.
I mean, they shouldn't even give those away.
That's another one
Nobody
that's
has
like
them.
a little
Those are like
flimsy
they
piece of
ripped off.
paper.
My dad has
perforated.
mine.
Yes. Like it's like
Yeah,
Well, that's
my
what I
dad has
mean.
mine.
I'm supposed to have I have my kids. I don't have my own shit.
Right. Yeah, as a parent, I feel like it must be really hard to be organized. Like I don't even know where my stuff
it's
is.
the
I can't
worst.
imagine.
It's the worst. People worry about the big picture stuff. I'm worried about like the little things. where I'm
Right,
like,
yeah.
I'm not gonna be able to like get you enrolled in school because I don't know all these facts. And shit,
Right,
you
yeah,
know?
no, that's
It's like Nate
crazy.
Bargatze has a bit in his new special about like don't ever call the dad if you need information for the kid.
Right.
Like don't call the dad.
Right.
But I'm like I had the paperwork. I don't know, it's a whole fucking thing. So you're
in the
back at
safe.
it. You're
It's in the
back.
safe.
Yeah, it's in the safe. I'll give you guys the fucking code if you want.
Yeah.
You can steal my Hyundai.
Yeah, I'm back at it, and it's been fun. It's been nice.
What's new? Like any new projects that you're like? I mean, I think you're such an interesting person because you're kind of like stand-up comic, but you've always been on TV with Girl Code and shit. Like you've been
Yeah.
on TV for like forever now, right?
For a while,
Long
yeah.
time,
Girl Code
right?
came out so long ago, and when I think about it, I'm like, wow.
What were you
Like
18?
time flies.
You must
I
have
was
been young.
21.
21, yeah. I mean,
Crazy.
yeah. And now,
Crazy.
so I feel like you can kind of you're not like pigeonholed into one thing. Because
Yeah.
some people probably know you from that. Some people know you from this. Some people, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I
You
do
made
a
your
bunch
little
of
movie
different stuff.
debut. You popped in that one.
Yeah, I popped in. I said, hi.
Yeah.
This is
I'm in
as
a
much as
movie.
I'm capable of doing.
That scene was good though because it was so natural. I bet you could do like a full movie if the whole thing was like it's
With
gonna
my
be
friends.
yes,
Yeah.
yes,
Yeah, because
Which I
that's
think
what
is
it
the-
was.
That would be like the best.
Best case
Actually, I don't know.
scenario.
That's one of those things where it's like that would be really funny if it's all friends and just a natural, and then you watch it like this movie sucks.
Like,
Right.
Like I need it
This
to be
is something
unrealistic.
that there are 7 of us who find funny.
Yeah,
Like, that's-
yeah.
Like, dude, like
Only
if
the
I
friends
did
in it.
if I did it with my friends, it would be the funniest thing I've ever seen in my life, and literally everyone else on the planet would hate it. Hate
Yeah.
it. They'd be like, "Fuck all of these people."
But
Like,
little- you know, little things
They'd
like-
all get fired. They'd be like, "You didn't even do anything wrong. You didn't even say anything wrong. Like, it was just, it was
sucked.
not
It was
appealing.
just bad.
Like, I
Yeah.
just don't want to see you in the office anymore. It left a bad taste in my mouth."
I think that like little things too when people always pick out like the unrealistic things in movies like where you just like
Yeah.
hang up and you don't
I hate
but
that.
that's because though if you were in a movie where you did like the awkward goodbye on every phone call and shit it would just be annoying. You know, little things where it's like yeah we're just gonna all of a sudden he's just gonna be at the stadium instead of like showing him get stuck in traffic. You know what I mean? Like all these little
Right.
things it's like we cut it out for a fucking reason guys because
Yeah.
everything else would make it boring as shit.
Right.
So when you wrap that, it was just like one and done. Like thanks, like don't no interest in anything else.
What? No, of course I'm interested.
Yeah, yeah,
like
right,
that
right,
would be really nice. But
right.
yeah, that was the last thing. And that like what the timing of that was so crazy because it came out during the pandemic.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I mean,
Like
that
it
was
was
like the
supposed
first.
to.
I feel like that was
yeah.
the first like stay-at-home movie that got
like
It
released.
was.
I think
it was definitely in the early one. The
I
way
feel
back
like
was
King
up
of
there.
Staten Island was like
That
really the
fucking
first
Ben
one that
Affleck biopic.
Yeah. That one sucked though. So maybe it
I
was
thought
like
it was
the first,
okay, but
Yeah,
it
but
was
that doesn't-
it was in the first wave without a doubt.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
I
right.
But I remember King of Staten Island being like
Yeah, they were
a
trying
thing.
to.
Maybe it's because we did press for it and shit too. But I remember it being like, oh, we got a movie because I've also been asking. We asked for that for years. Why can't we just buy shit on demand?
Yeah.
Like I've been
Right,
watching.
exactly.
I've been
I
buying
think it-
everything for $20, $30, whatever. Recently.
don't
I
even
love it.
flinch.
Yeah.
Got money like that.
What?
$20 for a movie, done.
I am
Yeah.
surprised when people are like, I'm not paying that. I'm like,
It's also like you're saving money if you were to go to
Go
the
to the
movies
theater,
with someone.
exactly.
You would pay like triple
you
that.
pay like
At
$100.
least
I
you
think
would pay
I
triple
said
that.
I would pay $100 for new release movies.
Yeah.
Like that's no
because you
problem.
basically do at the theater.
Between the Uber, the fucking drinks,
Popcorns,
the
the
The,
upselling you
the
on them.
drinks and the snacks at the movie theater are ridiculously over. I mean, it's crazy how
I
expensive they are.
love that it, like a large is $4 and a fucking mega is
And like a
$4.25.
bathtub.
You know?
Yeah.
So you have to buy it. It's
Right,
like-
right.
I mean, you must look ridiculous too. You're like tiny and you're walking in with a bucket of Coke and
And
an
I get
even
the
bigger bucket
I
of
get
popcorn.
the big popcorn.
What's your movie order?
My movie order is usually don't judge.
Oh,
me
I was
on
gonna say this is gonna be terrible. I can already see the way
judge
she's
me.
saying
I
it.
know that I'm not confident in it.
Yes,
That's why I'm
clearly.
saying
You
it.
should have
I'm
fucking
just,
said it.
Okay, large popcorn with extra butter. I know.
Yes. Okay, we're on good
Okay.
track.
Oh, okay. Cool.
Yeah.
Would you
Bunch
think we're
of
gonna be like on a
crunch.
salad? Okay. Will you
Wait, let her finish. She's
Yeah.
pitching a perfect game.
And and a large drink or whatever size drink. I don't know if I
Girl,
need a large.
let's go to
What's-
the
Wait,
fucking
that's a
movie.
good one?
That's
the
the order.
order? Yeah, that's
Whenever I say bunch of crunch, people are
mixed
like, "Are you
deep.
fucking kidding me?" And I'm like, "No,
no.
you dump it in, then you mix it
Yes,
like that."
I don't
That's
dump
the
it.
only thing
I
to
don't
do.
dump it.
Well, I
go handful because
Yeah.
you dump it, you don't get enough bunch of crunch in there.
and you also lose them in the thing.
Right,
Yeah.
you do
But
lose
either
And
them.
way,
they
Yeah.
start to
we're
melt
putting-
sometimes.
We're
I
putting.
love the melting.
You like the melt?
Yes, I'm
Yeah, then you
pro
fucking
melting.
you walk out of the theater like covered in shit.
Exactly.
you're greasy and it's brown. Did Fights poop in the theater?
On a date.
Oh man, I can't believe you weren't confident in that.
No,
that is,
because-
that is the movie order.
Yeah, anyone that I've ever said that to, they're like
know what?
bunch of
They're
crunch,
probably
and also
Snowcaps
people who are
people.
like, ew,
Ugh.
snow caps.
They're probably people who
Also,
like
I
Snowcaps.
like a nice non.
You like anything.
You like
You're a
snow
garbage
caps?
disposal.
Can I tell you, I'd rather snow caps than like Whoppers, but that's not saying.
Oh, Whoppers! That hurt my teeth.
That's
Whoppers,
like-
I'm like, is this medicine? It
that
tastes
was
so
that bar is
weird.
so low. That's like
Yeah.
I'd rather that than fucking eating rocks off the ground.
Right.
It's like yeah, I would rather that too.
Yeah.
But no, snowcaps. I'm not even. I feel like that's a big movie thing. But that's where most people eat snowcaps.
How do you
know.
feel?
Never.
How
Junior
do you
mints, too.
feel
Yes,
about
that's a big.
people who eat nachos at the movies? I feel like that's a commitment I'm not ready to
I feel
make.
like I'm one of them.
I don't.
to have it on your lap like that.
I get
an extra
cheese.
I'm so afraid I'm gonna spill stuff.
Well,
I love
do.
nachos.
I mean, you talk
but
about
I'm
walking
afraid
out of the
I'm
movies.
gonna spill.
That's I'm like covered in cheese by the end of it.
Okay.
I'm a cheese man.
Okay.
It's nerve wracking. I don't like eating real food in the dark. And nachos, you're starting to
You're getting in there.
You're
And
starting
you
to dip
gotta,
your
like,
toe
be
into real food.
dipping, and it's just like
One
it's
time-
a little scary.
One time
for
I
me.
ordered nachos and I ordered the extra cheese, and then the bag of cheese was empty because, like, they just put it under and it's just like it just comes out of the thing.
Right. It's
But
like
when you
ice
open
cream.
that shit up, it's a big like foil bag that was
Right.
empty, and they started to squeeze it to get to the bottom, and that was already kind of unappealing. And then they were like, it was out, and they
Yeah.
were like, we need another bag of cheese. This guy's ordering extra cheese with his nachos, and I wanted to be like,
So
just give me the popcorn. Just give me the
embarrassing.
popcorn.
So embarrassing.
That was I got that's second in line. They I once tried to smuggle. Well, I did effectively smuggle cheesy gordita crunches into
Good
the
move.
movie.
See,
but
bringing
then-
food is good.
I like
you know
that.
what it is.
So I have my cheesy gorditas in my hoodie pouch.
Right.
And then I must have gone to see a movie that was either really not popular or late in the game. Like it was in a normal movie theater, but they had one room that had like 15 seats total.
Okay.
And I walk in, and
like
there
a
was a bunch of
private screening.
kids. It kind of felt that way,
Yeah.
but there was a bunch of young kids in it, and I was like alone, weird
With
fat
your
guy
tacos.
pulling out, and I just turned right around and I ate him in the parking lot and went home. And then like 6 months later, I put that hoodie on and I had found shredded cheese in my pocket. It just reminded me of like the most pathetic day of my life, like the most. I think it was right around when I had gotten divorced. It was like, this is rock bottom, folks, rock bottom.
Also, like if you would have eaten them with so few people in the theater, they would have heard
Every crunch, every bite.
That's the most embarrassing thing is people hearing you chew when
like,
it's
that's food
quiet.
not
it's
out of
like,
there. That's like-
I don't want that. I don't want that.
You hear
Ever.
like if you hear like a you know that's not from the theater.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, that guy.
You hear a cough, you know they're drinking a beer.
Right.
I always
Yeah.
try to do that. Ugh! And I just fucking miss. And after I
timing.
draw attention, like, what's that guy doing? Then it's
Drinking a beer.
Ah, there it is.
I love the sneak in though. It makes me feel.
Yeah.
I usually
He's
sneak in
getting
about a
one.
bottle of
Bringing-
wine.
Wow.
I
Okay.
sneak in.
Classy.
Well, not for myself. I'm usually with
For
someone.
who?
For, I'm on a little
For the
date.
queen.
Yeah, like, come on. Spruce and the kid join up a bit. Come on, babe. It's Fast 9. We're gonna get a buzz on.
Do you do the theaters that do serve wine? Have you gone to the ones that are like you can
Oh yeah, I've been to the
order-
fancy ones where
Yeah.
you can like lay down and you turn a light on, and then a waitress comes over to you.
Mhm,
I'm like,
mhm.
I've never felt more luxurious in my
Oh,
life.
see, I feel like I'm like, this is. I
I
like.
love that.
I like to be in like the chairs. I can't even lean back. Just fucking.
You want to be
sitting like this,
uncomfortable. You're like,
just
I want to focus.
This is how I watch a movie.
I like the reclining.
Yeah.
And then you can get like drinks. You could get food. They have like a little bit better food.
Yeah.
Than
They have,
what
like,
you would get
well,
at like a
But
concession
that's the
problem with
thing,
that
it's
is you're
fucking-
eating in the dark. And
Eating in
it's
the dark with
very-
fork and knives.
But
Yeah.
there's like a little
You
light.
get like a little lamp.
How much light? Not enough.
A dim
Not
light.
enough. Okay. You want to know why this is fucked up?
Yes.
Oh
Okay.
no, he's gonna do the maggots thing, right?
Yep. I'm gonna tell the maggots thing.
What?
Back in
God
the
damn it,
day.
John.
Back in the day, and this I heard this when I was a child, and I have not been able to eat, and even without the brightest lights of all time. since-
Wow.
I eat under stadium lighting now, and it was back in the day. Pirates used to blow out the candles when they were eating below deck, so they didn't see the maggots on their food. So they would eat.
Okay.
They would eat in the dark. So now, like, whenever I'm eating in the dark, I just think like, what was
You
covered
think
in?
like
Maggots?
I am a pirate
They're-
and I can't
Maggots
do
are the
this?
most
Well, the
disgusting
pirate, that's I
things in
think
the
that
world.
24/7. It's just when the lights are off, then I'm like, fuck, there are maggots.
Oh, I
here.
hate that thought. That one really gets to me. That
Okay.
one bothers me.
I
It's
know
like
it
skin
does.
crawl. Maggots are disgusting. Eating
Yeah.
maggots kill me.
Maggot. Yeah, no, that's
The
like,
the fancy movie theaters. There's one in Yonkers that has it's a fucking melted.
I already like it. Whatever it
cookie.
is, love that.
It comes in one of those like cast iron pans, like
I
a little thing.
a cast iron
and,
skillet.
And yeah,
Yes.
and milk. It comes with a nice
Wow.
cold glass of
no,
milk.
That's like my
this is
dream.
home.
That
Yes.
sounds nice.
That's-
yeah, that sounds pretty.
And that was
nice.
after I
That
had
you
like
would
a
eat in
little
the dark
steak.
for sure.
I think I had like a New York
Maggots and
steak.
all
sounds
now.
good.
I'm like,
Yeah,
extra
maggots. Exactly.
That to me is the only
Any
thing
type of dessert like that where they serve it, if you're serving it in the pan,
Forget
I
it.
want it.
Forget
And that's how
it.
I feel about everything.
Yeah.
Fajitas, every good thing
No.
is
You
is
like that?
served
You like all that?
in
That,
the
that
sizzle.
smoke.
Fajitas?
Why?
Fajitas?
Fajitas.
I'm out to dinner. I'm paying you. You make the food.
Yeah.
Don't fucking
Well,
bring me a
well,
bunch of
I wanna
ingredients.
make it.
Say, here, make yourself a
Well, you're not
sandwich.
wanna
cooking.
make
You're
it.
just organizing.
Yeah,
You
I'm
don't like
not doing that.
I really don't
That's
like
crazy
the
town.
fondue. Where the cheese fondue is fine, whatever.
Love
When
it.
you're putting the raw meat into like the boiling water, though, when you're cooking the
Oh.
fondue, where you cook it.
Oh,
no,
I've
thank
never
you.
done
Yeah.
that.
There's like
don't-
cheese
I never
that's
even
like
knew that
dipping.
people did
There's
that.
like cooking fondue where it's like
Yeah, no, that I'm not
That's where I'm like, yo, I'm
interested in,
paying you to fucking.
I'm
cook.
gonna get sick if you want me to
I mean,
cook
it's
the
either
meat
gonna,
and then
it's
put
either
the
gonna
cheese
be
on it.
shitty because I
Yeah.
overcooked it, or I'm gonna die.
Hey,
Right.
don't even get me started on Korean barbecue.
I love
What's
Korean
that one?
barbecue.
There's
the
a
red and
grill
gold?
in the middle of the table.
Oh, that's
Oh, it's
really
so
and you
good.
fucking lay out your
You
own
cook it,
fucking
though.
meats.
No, they do it.
Oh, they
if
cook
you
it?
don't, if
Oh,
you
not the
don't
one
do
I've
the-
been to.
Oh, okay.
I've only been to one. Never going back because they made me cook it
No,
all.
they'll come over and do it. They'll come over and do it.
Maybe for the pretty.
'Cause,
girls.
like,
Like what? I gotta
The-
ask politely
the
for my dinner to
dumpy
get cooked in a
guys.
restaurant.
Yeah. Pardon me. Do you mind cooking my food,
You
sir?
have to pay extra for it to be cooked.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you gotta get, and then you gotta do the dishes.
They were just
too.
they were just watching me. Like, look at that asshole. He's just cooking it himself. Like,
Right.
like, we don't have to go over there tonight. That guy's gonna do it all. He's gonna fucking hate every second
Nobody
of it.
told you to do it. You were like, I guess
I mean, they
I'm
brought out a bowl of raw meat.
The fucking gloves on and. Yeah. What about what's the other steakhouse? The Brazilian one with the red and green. You know what I'm talking about? Little
What?
paddles. It's like green if you want more meat, red if you want to
Oh,
stop.
I've never heard
Savage.
of that.
It's like they come along with like they can like shave the steak, the meat off of these
Love
things.
a shaved, yeah. Love that
Like
too.
that?
Anytime there's a spinning meat, I know it's gonna be good because it's been there forever.
See, my
It's
thing-
just sitting there.
Do you eat that? Like the whole thing is you have a little card, right? And you like turn it, and then it's red, which means like stop, no more fucking
Stop,
meat.
no more meat.
Green
Okay.
is like shovel it down my gullet.
Okay.
And everyone gets excited for that, and I will go and I will eat just like a normal ass amount of food.
Right,
Where
it's like
just
going to
I
a
had-
buffet and you're like, this is probably what I would have eaten.
Yeah.
The amount of food
I
would
could
eat. I'm
get,
not
like,
even
It
saying-
has
60
more
crab
cough
legs.
on
Right.
it than usual.
Yeah.
But
I love the
Yes.
germs.
Yeah.
Or
Right.
when I used to go to like wing night with my buddies, and they'd be like, "The wings are only 10 cents." I'm like,
Right.
I can
Like, you don't-
afford. First of all, I'm gonna
Yeah.
probably eat like 10 of them, like I usually do. I don't need to
Right.
order 30. And also, I think we can afford wings at the full price, fellas. We don't have to go on a night where it's jam packed.
Right, they're usually like $5.
Yeah,
You
and
know?
We all
and
have
our bill's gonna
jobs,
be-
right?
Right.
At least our parents do. Maybe like someone
come
can
on.
help us out of a pinch if we need to. We dig ourselves into a hole. This
Our
wing
wings
night.
hole, yeah. I need to take out a loan from my dad because of wing night. But like I've gone to wing night and I've had like 6 wings. So I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm good. I ate my little wings.
Right.
I don't need
You
35
don't have to go crazy.
more.
You don't have to eat all the wings.
Yeah, just
Like-
because you can. I'm like, I'm all
Right.
set on that shit.
Yeah, usually the stuff that's like that isn't good anyway.
No,
it's not like
yeah,
good
yeah,
wings that
yeah.
you would be like, I want more of these.
Give me that
It's
full price
usually
shit. I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna pay you full price.
Right,
I don't want to
exactly,
I
yeah.
don't want to partake in this. Did you grew up in Queens, right? Or
I
no,
grew
Long
up
Island?
on Long Island. Yeah.
Did you come into the city and ever do China beer or China wine? At least that's what we called it. Silk Road. Any of those?
No.
No. What'd you do for underage drinking?
I went to places on Long Island, and
Did
I
you go
didn't
to
even
bars?
really start drinking. Like I would go to bars.
What
I would go
age?
to like probably young, like 15,
Yes.
14.
Thank
yeah.
you.
I
We're
was
a
gonna
rare,
say Long
we're a
Island
rare
was just
breed.
like they asked Dad to grab him a beer.
Right.
Would you go to like
They-
McKeeb's in them?
I would go to Napper Tandy's.
Oh, I don't even know that one.
Or
I just knew like the Hofstra strip of
Dublin Deck,
bars.
Dublin Down. Do you know that? Like all
No.
the way out. It was like by the beach.
No, no.
kinda.
See, I wouldn't know those ones. I feel like I
Yeah.
only know the ones near Hofstra.
Yeah.
Where are you? Like Nassau,
Suffolk.
Suffolk. So you're
yeah.
out there.
Yeah. I'm like out. Comac.
And you were in like Suffolk trash or Suffolk bougie?
Suffolk trash,
Trash.
I would say. Not like the trashiest, but
Well, like we hear you say because we know where you fall. you
right,
know.
yeah, no, I'm not fooling anyone.
Every
here.
time Carly says because, I'm like this much closer to proposing. I'm gonna go to the safe. I'm gonna get that fucking ring out, and I'm gonna say,
get it out
"Will
of
you
the
marry
safe."
me?" Because I love that. I love the way you say that. Here you go.
Right. If I were to say I was from a bougie place, you would be like,
No,
"What?" that
no,
would be
you're
very
not.
confusing for
Yeah,
everyone.
yeah.
Yeah.
So what
But-
we used to go, there was China beer and China wine, and one was like China beer was like $30, $35, and you got like a plate. You get like one meal, and then all you can drink beer for like 2 or 3
Wow.
hours. And then Silk Road, also called China Wine, was on the Upper West Side. It was the same deal, but with wine. And it was like, and we were
That's
young, and it was a
crazy.
fucking free for all. Like the one had, you had to go up a flight of stairs. People would just regularly tumble down.
Of
Like a couple
course.
times a night, like a cartoon where there's like smoke and dust flying off, you know? We walked, I mean, we would just get up and walk into the kitchen sometimes. Just like mayhem with people yelling at like dumb, like white kids from the suburbs, being
I
like,
was
get the fuck
gonna
out!
say, like, imagine being an adult and going
And
to a place and
dealing
not
with
being
that,
like
like-
18 years old or 15 years old and going to a place like that.
Be like, I just
It's
really love the
just-
beef and broccoli.
Right.
I don't, I
No
can't.
way it's good.
We
Taking,
found-
taking the lady out for a night on the town tonight. Just got a bonus at work, trying to treat the old broad, and then Kevin's in there fucking pissing in a corner.
banging things. We went to the back and we found the beer was in a gigantic stainless steel bucket, and they were
Oh,
just
wow.
scooping the pitchers.
Oh.
Really?
Like it was probably
beer
like
was
super
probably
flat
disgusting and so
old
flat,
and
yeah.
recycled. Like, all right, this is like backwash. We'll pour it in for tomorrow night. But we were so young and it was so cheap, we didn't fucking care. I
Yeah,
can't
it
even
doesn't
imagine what the
matter.
wine was. The wine was probably like
Are
made
they
in a
still-
bathtub. I don't think
right,
so. I think
they're
they,
not
this was
open
like,
anymore.
I'm so old.
Dude, there was a place in Boston that like they just I don't know. Were you going in with fake IDs?
Those, I mean, see, I don't know. I always had my brother's ID, and we looked so much alike that I like never had
Right.
ID
Yeah.
problems. So I don't even know. It probably, but also it was, you show a fucking
They don't
non-laminated
Back
fucking
then,
piece
I
of paper,
feel they didn't
and
care.
we're good to
This
go.
place
yeah.
didn't even ask.
Just go ahead.
They just kind of judge you by what you look like.
Mm-hmm.
Like I would go in with braces, and they would pour my beer into a Sunkist can. So I was just
They
like,
knew what's
like
up?
they were just like, yeah, this child would like a beer. Can you put it in a juice, please?
That's
You were like, I'm
respect.
7.
Yeah, can I have a
And they were
sippy
like,
cup, please?
Drink up and
Can
shut
you
your mouth.
can you bring crayons and a little thing to color as well?
Wow.
That's
You're about to go try to
crazy.
break into Fenway. You got to get a little liquid courage in you.
That's crazy. See, I feel like it used to be so different. Places are so strict now.
Oh, yeah,
I
you
think
can't
they have to be more strict.
We
and there's
really-
such more.
We used to go to a bar that was across the street from the police station.
Wow.
And we were like 16 years old,
Yeah.
like packing the
You know
place.
what's wild? We thought we looked like we belonged in a
yes.
bar.
We thought we were
I think
getting
about
away
that
with
all the
it.
time, like
Yeah.
me being 14, like fucking looking insane. I look at 14-year-olds, I'm like, oh my God, I can't even believe
you're
I was ever
child.
your age,
Yeah.
you know?
And even
And
worse,
I'm with
like 14-year-olds now.
30-year-olds just like
Yeah,
talking
that's-
and shooting the shit, and you just think you blend in, but you're so
But
obviously.
legit, I had braces like the first 3 years I went to bars. And I was like, I can't believe anyone would even question.
If
me.
you're at the
Of
bar,
course.
you're
Show
taking
up
out your
late, you're like, I
retainer.
was at the ortho.
Sorry, guys, I just
You
got
like
my
my new
expander
rubber
turned.
I'm trying to order a beer. I can't open my mouth that much because I got the front straps on this time.
You got
I
like
got
the blue
peanuts all
rubber
cut in my braces because I was hanging out talking to an old man trying to fit in.
Like, here you go. Here's your alcoholic beverage, sir. It was crazy. I guess like we probably made a fuck ton of money off of us, but I can't.
100%.
I think the bars used to get raided every now and then, and I think they would get hit with like a $5,000 fine. You shut
They
down
don't
for like a
care.
month and then just run it back.
Yeah, they don't care.
like-
Dude, there was a bar in Providence, Rhode Island called Bar One where they would put on a song. I forget the song.
Like to know, like a
And
code.
it was like the cops were coming in, and it
Oh,
was like,
that's so
and it
exciting.
was
Get
like,
your beer away
like,
from you?
like fraternities do this too, but it was like you put your drink down, you kind of just like step like 6 feet away. And the cops-
Because was it like you're allowed to be in there, like
Yeah,
18 to
yeah,
get
yeah.
in, 21 to drink, sort of thing.
Exactly.
So you could, yeah.
But even then,
okay.
like again, we were still 15.
Right.
And,
Insane.
and like the cops would walk in, and they'd walk to the back room and walk out. And this is Providence, Rhode Island. Like they were just getting bribes. Like, it was.
We're here to collect the envelope.
Yeah, 100%. They weren't issuing citations. They were just
God,
getting a
I
nice
love
little
that.
fucking
I would
Yeah,
love to be a
that's so
dirty cop,
exciting.
like in that way. I don't
Yeah.
want to take it too far.
Right,
But I would
right.
love to just be like,
Yeah, all right, everybody keep it down over here.
Yes, right.
Get an
Because then you're kind of the
envelope.
cool cop. you
Yeah,
know? It's like, I'm not
exactly.
Maybe go
busting you.
viral once for hitting a basketball shot.
That's all it takes. That's all it takes.
Look at
Or
this
like I
guy.
high five someone at a parade and then we're good to go. I started to watch. Have you seen that Liam Neeson movie? I'm sure you've seen it. Honest Thief. Seen that one?
No.
He's a bank robber. Meets a woman. How about
Okay.
this? He's a bank robber, like prolific, like 10 different banks. Meets a
Okay.
girl, and is like, I love her, so I'm gonna turn myself in.
Why would you do
Why?
that?
a lot of
He
sense.
wants to
Just-
he wants to make a deal. Like, I'm only gonna go to jail for 2 years, but it's also like, but just stop robbing banks, and you've gotten away
Yeah,
with
just
it.
you have so much money. You're
Yeah.
a bank robber.
Right.
Like you're all set. What has this
Right.
been for this whole time?
So then he turns himself in and he has to prove that he has the money. Anyway, these cops go and they find boxes and boxes and boxes of money. That's like, I'm for sure taking a box or two.
Oh,
You
yeah.
know, like if
yeah.
I was a cop,
yeah,
I
and
would
weed
absolutely.
and stuff. They take weed.
But he also,
they
the guy
have
made
to.
such a good argument. He was like, we technically did this work. We busted this guy. We found out. And now it's gonna get handed off, and lawyers are gonna make fucking money hand over fist while we go back to the streets like a bunch of schmucks. It's
Right.
like I think that's a good argument.
I
Yeah.
think one of the first
This is my
movies-
bonus for
I agree,
fucking
yeah.
you know?
One of the first like movies or scenes I saw like as a not child, but old enough to understand what was happening but like not too young kind of deal was like Training Day when Denzel kind of gets the bag and starts throwing everyone their cut. And I just thought that's how, like, I didn't realize he was the bad guy. And
You thought
like,
he was a hero.
as the movie went on, I
Yeah.
realized he might not be the best guy. But, like, that was, like, one of the opening scenes. Like, he shot a guy in the chest and stole his money. And I was like, good police work.
right.
That is just some fucking Blue Lives police work right there. Cleaning up the streets, Denzel.
King Kong ain't got shit on you. That's great. All right, what do you say? You want to go answer some questions for Answer the Internet?
Yeah.
All right, let's do it. Carly Aquilino on everything, on to follow and all that shit.
Yeah, Carly Aquilino, Twitter, Instagram. On TikTok, I'm Fashion Girl 42069.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fuck yeah.
And that's that.
I love it. All right, good stuff. Let's go. You want the good news or the bad news? What do you want, the good news or the bad news?
I always go good news first.
All right, the good news is when we started this shit, only 10% of people watching our YouTube videos were subscribed. And now it's up to 40%. So that's almost like a 50-50 split. That's a 30% increase. A little math for you. That's the good news.
Too much math for me, but it's good news.
You know what the bad news is? That still means 60% of you motherfuckers aren't subscribed. It still means
good
the
thing
majority.
I asked first, because that would have been backwards.
That'd have been terrible. Yeah. Imagine if I was like, well, the good news is it's
Good thing I fucking go good news first.
60% still just freeloading off of our videos. And guess what? It's YouTube. You're all freeloading. It's none of it really. The only cost is to push the fucking button.
Just push it. Push the button.
Push it. Push it real good.
Push it real good.
Dun, 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 dun.